guys, and welcome back to Once Upon a Time in Blackpool Season 2, and I'm your host, the one and only Tom Smith. Free kick now, Pichu to take. What a goal! Brichenko's time as the free kick taker is over. Pichu, I said it, he is the man. What a free kick, the man do it, we win 1-0. What a start to our season. Try and launch a counter though with Boller to Hardy. Hardy on halfway, can he find someone here? He finds Herbie Kane, and Herbie Kane has scored. We got 15 minutes left here. It is Stoke 0, Blackpool 1. So even a full-time whistle goes. Stoke City 0, Blackpool 1. The result of our season so far, ladies and gentlemen. Pichu now down on the left here with Boller. We're trying to create something early doors. Herbie Kane from distance. Herbie Kane. Every time he does it, he is warmed up. It's a 20-yard blockbuster. I can. This is unbelievable. Then Bailey now comes inside. Kane again! What is going on? Herbie Kane again! It's unbelievable stuff. Everyone is a world, ladies and gentlemen. Between us now, Fonzo's played it again. Play it across perhaps. Bennett's gone in. It's a penalty to Blackpool. And Herbie Kane's going to take it and get the hat-trick. Herbie Kane, 35 minutes gone. Peterborough 0, Blackpool 4. We still haven't conceded a goal. This is crazy. Pele, can we find the place? Can Herbie Kane? I was saying, can we find the space? Herbie Kane finds the space. He can find the space. His fifth goal of the season. We head to the international break. This could put us top of the championship. Well, just before we get started, I've been summoned to the boardroom, and normally that's bad news on Football Manager, but in this case, they want to offer me another new contract. So I'd like to gauge your opinion on whether discussing a new contract were obviously pointless time. I think that's a fantastic.
Yes, Saturday night, and I like the way you move. Boom, 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 boom. Better not avoid the copyright strike that hell. But welcome, guys, along again to FM303 with me, your host, the one and only Tom Smith, and we are back with Gillingham tonight. Apologies, there wasn't a stream last night. I was very lucky to be able to catch up with an old friend of mine, and before we knew it, it was midnight, and I realised, it's a bit late to probably get on this now. So I thought I'd have a night off and try and rest this voice I've had a problem with a few days as well. So anyway, we are back, which is the main thing, and we are starting our fourth season. Well, we've already played 5 games, but I've actually got the table in the background from the season before, because of course we won League 2 in our first season. We won the playoffs in the second season in League 1. So last season we were in the Championship, and somehow with the lowest budget, as you can see, we ended up getting 12th place. We played 46 games. We had 16 wins, 13 draws and 17 losses, and we managed to get a +1 goal difference. So I was quite happy with that in the circumstances. We had 14 times less the budget that Wolves did, who ended up winning promotion. So to come mid-table was utterly unbelievable in the circumstances, guys, and it was really good. And obviously, don't forget tonight, feel free to get in the chat and she'll talk and chat about your Football Manager saves, talk about football, anything you really want. Just to get a nice bit of discussion going. This is meant to be a chill-out hangout where we get to play Football Manager and just have a bit of a community vibe to it, you know. So anyway, where we are now currently, if I quickly come back to the proper table, just to get you off to the start of the season so far, as you can see here, we have played 5 games in the new season. We have won 2 against Blackburn and Birmingham. We have drawn 1 against Watford, and we lost 2. So it's a pretty standard thing. The 2 we lost to at Ipswich and Brentford have come down from the Premier League. So far, it's hard to know exactly where we are with our team, right? It isn't exactly set in stone how good we are or bad we are. There has been some big developments over the last summer, though. Financially, as you can see here, we were a club on the brink. We really were. I'll remove the camera for this. You can see what we've managed to do. Oh, you can just about see it in the corner there, look. We managed to sell a lot of our players that we knew we were going to have to sell at some point. They came in on freeze or for £100,000 and we sold them for a lot of profit. So that has worked out incredibly well for us, and we've now got the club financially secure. Although I'm still keeping an eye on the projection. And the projection right now is for us to be losing money in a couple of years. At the end of this season, we should still be in money. But it does mean when it comes to the transfer budget here, which I will remove myself away from quickly so you can see it, I don't think I can go too much further than this, sadly, because if I end up going too far and spending that 2.39 million quid or whatever it is, or maybe converting to wages, that loss is going to get a lot worse. And part of my strategy with this Football Manager save is to do it properly and to try and run the club financially responsible. As you can see on screen as well, unfortunately, Jimmy J. Morgan, we tried to get in on loan in the last episode. He's rejected us, but he did play for us in the first season and was great. So, you know, it was worth my, money to get him back if we could and try and bring him back in the team as a backup striker. But let's talk about the team now and where we are, because we made quite a few changes from last year. Let's get a transfer history here and have a look before we get into the games tonight. And on ins, we spent no money, which is remarkable. On outs, we've raised 3.9 million, which is, in my mind, remarkable, right? So I think we've done quite good business. Let's talk about some outs first, because obviously we're going to see the players gone that you guys might know from previous streams. But Victor Zentrich, oh, he was my boy. He really was, honestly. £100,000 a week. 100,000 I paid for him, sorry. We sold him for 2.1 million to Deportivo La Coruña. So I think we got some really good money there for him. Matteo Kosciu came in on a free transfer last year, went to Bristol City for 1.1 million. I mean, we could have developed him, but we had many options at left back, so why not sell him on? Yannick Van Osch again, a free transfer, sold for 300,000 to Atalanta. Just didn't really click for us as our goalkeeper, which was a shame because I think he had enough about him to maybe make the place his own, but we went a different direction in the end. So that's, one of those things. Lewis Thomas went out to Southampton. He was our first free transfer signing as a goalkeeper. 150,000 we got for him, so more money in the door. And then Robrex we sold, Ewan Williams and Constanza, who was a youngster. So we did pretty well. And then we obviously loaned some players out and sent some out on frees as well. But it did mean we managed to make some good moves happen this summer, all on free transfers. But Charlie Setford was the goalkeeper we managed to pick up from Ajax. He's now worth nearly £3 million, 23 years old. And look at those stats. He is great, right? When we brought him in on loan last season, I really felt like he wasn't going to stay with us. He didn't seem interested. But luckily, when I came to the point of offering him a contract after we'd stayed up in the Championship, he decided he wanted to stay. And we managed to get the deal done, so that's great. Now, striking, backup striker, Lucas Venegorov Hesselink. You might recognise the name because his dad, Jan, and I'm going to assume it's his dad or his uncle or whatever else, was a great Premier League player back in the day for Hull City and other teams like that. Also played for Celtic, I believe, quite famously. But this guy's someone we want to try and develop. He's got great finishing, great heading, good determination, good physicals. I think he's someone bringing on a free, for £1,000 a week here. I think he's someone we can integrate in the side slowly and hopefully improve, and maybe he could be a top player for us. We finally got Nino Adam Malarkey, who I've been eyeing up for a few years as a left-back option. He finally was available on a free transfer, so we went in and got him. He's got great crossing, dribbling, heading, long shots and throws. All these things are very interesting attributes to a left-back, and they're kind of a bit left field, so I liked them. I thought they were a bit different, and he had something different to this position for us. Determination as well, very good, and great physical, so happy to get him in. I think he came from Millwall in the end. Yeah, so that was an equal, signing to come across from their Championship team. Then we get some big ones right down here. These four down here are probably the biggest signings we have made in the history of Gillingham. Lewis Bate comes in on a free transfer, 15,000 a week. It's not the highest contract we've ever given out because we had Bradley Dack in the first season on 16,000 in League Two. However, I still think it's a good bit of business. He's worth a lot of money. He was obviously a Chelsea youngster. He went to Leeds and then to Stockport to pick him up. He played 44 games for Stockport last year. We're really happy with that. Next up, Malcolm Eboué, who comes in, also worth quite a lot of money already. Came in on a free transfer from Crystal Palace. Really like this kid. I think he's got a lot of potential, good dribbling, good physicals, and I think he adds a bit of chaos down that right-hand side. In the games we played him so far, he's offered something different than anyone else with his flair, which I really appreciated in the circumstances as well. Moving on, Federico Zucon. We had to replace both our central midfielders because on the transfer outs as well that you didn't see was Corness for 2.5 million because it technically classifies as last year. So we had to go and get Federico Zucon in. Great player, look again, 12.5 a week, 13 tackling, 13 passing. Mentals are great. I think he could be a decent Premier League player, perhaps long term. And he came from Atalanta and played actually, even though it's Atalanta under 23s there, he played 25 games in the first team in that season as well. So he's obviously got a lot of pedigree, which is really good. And the last one, Amucio van Axel Dongen, Ajax youngster. Look at this, 15 grand a week, 22, 10 million he's estimated in worth. He's got everything, right? I think he's the first player I've signed and I've gone, he could be a Premier League player if we really push him and play him in a lot of games. So that is going to be what we have to do really to start this save. We're going to have to, when we pull all this squad together with all the other new players we sign, get them used to playing with each other and see how we can progress forward. In the chat, Mixed Music Vibes, good evening Tom, happy weekend. Happy weekend to you as well, mate. I hope you're keeping well, honestly. Great to see you here, my friend. And thank you very much, obviously, for your support because you've always been here for these streams. So, right, let's look at the season so far quickly again. Yeah, 5 games, 2, 1 and 2. So 2 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw. Let's get cracking forward here. The transfer window hasn't closed yet. So we still can do some business. For the moment, I think I'm just going to stick with it. I'm just going to see what we do with this team because I don't want to bust that budget, right? Scott Tiffany wants to be starting more games. Interesting, because he's dropped recently and what his quality has been. Maybe we need to move him on for some money now. So we paid 25,000 for him in League 2. Now we're in the Championship. Perhaps it's time to discuss it to see if he wants to move, because we might be able to get £1 million for him, which once again, when you're in the budget position like Gillingham Manager, it can be really helpful. I can't envision you getting what I want here anytime soon, so I'm going to sell you. And he doesn't want to leave. So we'll hold fire for the minute on that, but we can make a last-minute decision. I mean, the only players we've got interested in at the moment is Tazan, who obviously has been very good for us, and Holland Club's interested in him there. So maybe that's something we consider. Logan Briggs as well, he's interested on loan deals, but he's contributed enough here. But I still think we might need to go for one more player. I think defensively we're pretty sound here now, right? I think we're not too far away. Maybe another... No, I think we'll be all right for centre-backs, actually, because we've got Akamwa, Talarov, who's coming from Plymouth Argyle, Easton on a free as well. Masterson, who's been there since day one, has signed a new deal. So I think we're pretty good there. Fullbacks, we look okay with Malaki coming in, Jirumi and Hutton on the right. 2 of each there. Bate, Zukon, Tazand, Campbell, Romano. We're covered in centre mid. If there's anything I want to do, it's potentially a third striking option, but we do obviously with our tactics only play the one up front. So yeah, a lot to consider here, maybe last minute swerves, and I think this game against Portsmouth, where I think we should win quite comfortably, will give me an indication if we need to go out there and get anyone else in now to finish off this transfer window, excuse me. Right, let's keep clicking through the news here now. Carabao Cup third round draw, we'll skip this and see how we get on. We drew Wrexham, which is interesting, and Wrexham are in the Championship with us this year. They got promoted last year, so that'll be interesting for them because they're in our place from last year, right? Let's get ready for Portsmouth now, though. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like and subscribe. If you're subscribed, you can talk in the chat. It only takes a minute. Hit the subscribe, and then you can come in and join the conversation as well. Let's get picking this team ready for tomorrow. So Setford's going to be our number 1. Right back is interesting because I kind of want to keep Jirumi interested because he's concerned and he's actually played quite well. But I still think we're going to go for Hutton. Adamodo obviously replaced... I've forgotten his name now. Abu, sorry. I was going to have a look. Abu, because he wanted to leave. We got £1.6 million for him. He was the first major signing we sold on again for somewhere else. So to get him in on a free transfer as a replacement was a great bit of business because he's literally the same player. Offers the same attributes, so I'm really happy with that. I think that's a good bit of business. Abankwa can go back into centre-back as well. You know, Easton's also playing well, so we'll get him on the bench. Shirumi. Ironically, Talarov right now isn't particularly featuring, but he is marked as a fringe player, so I don't think he's going to mind too much. Right, midfield's interesting, because I think Tazand has been really good at the Regista role so far. However, I think Zukon and Bate are better players. So I don't know if we want to quickly consider maybe changing this around a bit. In fact, Bate can play as a regista, and normally every player you sign can't play that position very well. So I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Zukon as a DM, I think. I think that will work quite well. Tazand might want to leave as a consequence in the end, but we will still stick with it and give them a go, because I think they might be the main two that could really fire us up the division, which is what we're after. Duarte on the left, obviously. Van Axel Dongen, sorry, I think will go on the right. He wants to be inverted. Maybe we should go inverted winger. Inside forward is probably okay, but let's try inverted winger for him and attack. Just slightly change the role. Maybe that'll make a massive difference in the circumstances, but I want to try and fit him in because I think he's the guy that the money's on, all right? So I think that'll be very important to us. Attacking mid-centre, right, Ben Knight, who's played very well so far, 5 games and 3 goals. He's been superb. And it's got to be Kunta Mensnikov, the ex-youngster from Leeds United, to come in as the striker for this one. Abui can go on the bench because he offers something different. And we are getting to that point where I think Romano, Glass, and, you know, maybe one of these boys might be on the way out in a minute. But I think we'll go for Patterson and Glass today. I do wonder, perhaps we should sell Tiffany. Or maybe loan Logan Briggs and maybe try to improve that. Let me know what you think in the chat about that. Do we just slightly improve it? Or do we stick with it the way it is? But we'll get to this game. Now, Tiffany's playing bad in training, which is not good. Normally, I have a conversation with him and he kicks off at me about that. But you need to tell them off, because if you don't, you know, the standard is going to drop in the team. And you can't have that. You've got to keep the pressure on them to make sure they're performing. Let's get to Portsmouth now anyway. Big game for us away from home. We don't do as well away from home, so I'm hoping today we'll get a bit more connectivity with these players. Maybe playing bait as the regista might make a difference. And we'll see how we go. We've got the best team out there we can put out at this moment. Let's show everyone how good we are, guys. And let's get to it. And thank you once again very much for joining us tonight. This is going to be an interesting night of us cracking through some games and seeing just how far we can push this team. Can we get to the playoffs? Can we get promotion? We've still got one of the smallest budgets, but who knows? I think the fact we played two teams so far, which we lost against, and both of them are probably going to be in the automatic places, is quite encouraging in the circumstances. I think that's really good. I think that helps us. But anyway, let's get into this game now as it gets underway. Portsmouth at home in their blue kit, and they've gone for a formation that really covers off our attacking mid option there with Lever as a DM. But I still think we've got enough to get around them here. We're going to be in our white and black kit today. Our Newcastle United away kit. And so far the game's been pretty nullified, which I'm not surprised at in the circumstances with the formations. But here comes Portsmouth now. Can we get the ball off them? Mahamda's going to come forward. Collins inside. Lucky opportunity that we missed that. No, they missed that, sorry. Free kick to Bate. Oh, curling effort. Just goes past that far post. I'm not sure he really should be our free kick taker. I'm going to have to review this at the end because I've had to do things to the penalty takers because Phoenix Patterson had a spell last year where he took 3 penalties in a row and missed every one, which was not helpful. Bate comes forward now trying to find Temensnikov. Comes back through on a counter-attack. Amada scores. Interesting. We might start the stream with a difficult result tonight, which means we're going to have to look at things. I think Temensnikov's movement was interesting there, but there we go. They cut through us very quickly, unfortunately. Good direct play, and Setford couldn't really do a lot there, but he was let down by the centre backs as well, not particularly picking that ball up in the right way. So yeah, Portsmouth take the lead here, and it is 1-0. They got a couple of yellow cards though, so I hope maybe in the second half we give our boys a telling off here, guys. We might be able to push them forward, but we'll see. 3 minutes around of time of shot by to the dressing room. You've been terrible so far. I'm not happy, I'm not happy, and I'm not happy. Right, let's hope just giving him a little kick up the backside might make a difference. And Marucio's not doing very good on the right-hand side, but I changed the role for him as well. So maybe we change that back and go with someone else. Fred's going to take the corner now. Fred's been the guy to score for us. Oh, we can't get the ball off, and it's going to come out on a counter-attack. Abaldo's going to come down the side here, back to Lopez. Shackleton into Yates, who's trying to lead the line. They got a nice bit of manoeuvrability here, Portsmouth. If they find the pass, Yates scores. This is bad. It's going to be offside, luckily, though. I think it's time to make a change now because none of the attacking options are really working in this game. So let's get Ebui on. Let's take Fred off as well for Patterson and see if that will make a difference. Hutton's also not having a good game, which is not the time to do it. Throw into Portsmouth. Hopefully we can do something in a minute here, but it's looking like they're really hemming us back, unfortunately. Collins picks the ball now back to Bauer. It's the centre half. We need him to give the ball away here so we can have a quick counter-attack. Back to Bauer again. Forward towards Paul. Phoenix picks the ball up nicely. Sloppy, but Ebui's going to pick the ball up here and come inside. Temensnikov! Equaliser. Come on, everyone. That's the thing about Temensnikov. When he gets a clear-cut chance like that, he will put it in the back of the net. We've also seen him come inside, cut round a player and smash it in the back of the net as well. So I'm really happy with his positioning here. Look, gets himself into the danger zone, makes sure he beats that defender coming across and puts the ball in the back of the net. 1-1, right. Is there any other change he'll make? I think Hutton's going to have to come off here, isn't he, for Giroumi? Let's hope Giroumi can link up well here with Ebui. Come on, look at that, 7.7 already for the right-hand side. Phoenix some distance. Good save from the goalkeeper there. Was really close to him. Going to be a short corner option here for Knight, which could make a difference. Oh, Phoenix there tried to play it off tonight and he wasn't paying attention. Really impressed with Ebui. Look, he's come on 7.1 rating, or 7.7, sorry, already. So that is really encouraging. Midfield looks like we're getting a bit knackered here. I wonder if we should get to Zand on. Anyway, 10 minutes to go here. It is Portsmouth 1, Gillingham 1. Can we turn this game around? Zukon picked the ball up really well there. Adamola passes it forward now to Phoenix. They link up pretty well. Zukon does well. Finds Adamola into Temensnikov. What do you say about this kid? That is 2 chances. That's 2 of them he's just simply put in the back of the net. And the tactics I'm employing is intentionally meant to leave him in a position where he's just going to be in front of the goal, because he's got that ability in front of the goal where he's not going to miss. We're going to emphasise the best of him. We have there, and it is 2-1. He was onside. There's no way this was offside. Yeah, miles on. And we turned this around, because you could argue for at least half of this game Portsmouth have been the better team, but we made a couple of good changes there, I think, with Abui. If you look at the stats, it's all in Portsmouth's favour. But I think Abue's really impressed me how he's come on and really affected the game. Ball across, worrying there. Don't want to give that up now, do we? Going to go out for a goal kick, though. And this will move us back into the top half of the league. 5 minutes of added time we're into now, guys, in this first game of the stream tonight. And we picked the win up. That is great. I'm happy with the resilience we showed there. I'm happy with the depth. And you see from the XG, we caught it up at the end. So great job. Really special, lads. Yeah, turned it around. Didn't let the game get away from us. Did enough. Puts us back in 10th place. A win next time will put us into a playoff picture, which will be interesting. I'll say next time. We've got Wrexham next. Do we do some more business, though? I just wonder up top, if we get an injury to Menznikov, what we're going to be looking like. I mean, Venegor Hesselink, I mean, we're going to rotate for this Wrexham game and give some other guys a go, which might be difficult because we might end up, you know, losing the match. But I don't know. Do we make a move now, bearing in mind we have not got much time left? I think we're going to do it. Let's go for a loan player. I think let's think of the budget and just see who's available on loan here. See if there's anyone. Sanko from Montpellier. I mean, he's got good heading. The dribbling's good. His finishing's not great. But maybe, actually, he would be the guy just to get in, just to give us that extra backup option as a striker. They want 60%. They want £140. I don't want to give any money for him. I'm helping you guys out here. Okay, we'll pay the 60% though. That's fine. I should be able to convert some transfer budget here. Well, I'll quickly remove my webcam for this. It's in the worst place for doing these things. Let's see. We need to get our wage budget up anyway, but the problem is if we go too far, it will bankrupt the club. So I'll go for 225. It should put us about the 3rd cheapest team in the league. And I think Sanko coming in will just cover off any problems we might have of injuries, which is the most important thing now, right? So let's get this back on here. I think then we're well covered, and I think we can question people like Glass and Tiffany when it comes to the January transfer window and just see if anything happens there where, you know, we might want to move them on. Maybe get the money through the door. I'm pretty sure if I quickly go to the squad here, actually, contractually, there's no one out of contract at the end of this season now. We've got it pretty much sewn up. Yeah, the first one's in 2 years' time. So all these guys have got 2 years minimum. Everyone else is wrapped up, which is really helpful, right? So it means we've got more money in the squad. The squad value's gone up. And it means we're protected against anyone turning around now and going, well, I want to leave the club. You know, that's great, but you can't leave because you're under contract, so you're staying with us. Transfer window is about to close, which is going to be the moment we really find out what everyone else is going to be doing this season as well. I think it very much looks like Brentford and Ipswich are going to be up players to the relegated teams, right? And I think then it's just going to be a case of which one of us, other ones below them, can have a really good run here. Transfer deadline today, we're going to decline being a part of that. Get ready for the Wrexham game here as well. Anyone else? Bayern Munich have gone for Seaman in goal. That could be read wrongly, couldn't it? But anyway, let's keep cracking forward here now. Right, top transfer window, top spenders. Yeah, Championship. What? In the Championship, there was 295 million spent. I mean, what did I spend, guys? 0. So none of that was me. That is an insane amount of money. But there we go. Right, let's rotate the team entirely for this and see how we get on and get some other guys a run out here. So we're going to go for McCracken in goal. We're going to go for Setford on the bench. Jurumi at right back. I think we've got to go for Easton and Talarov today to give them a go. Left back Malarkey. Go for Tizand and Campbell in the middle. I'll go for Glass as attacking mid. I think Romano's on the chopping block for me. The problem is there's no interest right now, so I prefer to wait and try and get the £500,000 in January. I think we'll go Tiffany and Patterson. And I think up top today we'll go Venegor Hesselink. Proper mix-up of the team here. I don't think there's anyone particularly in the academy we really want to include here. I'm just going to have a quick look. No, I don't think so. Well, they're saying that this guy's transfer list which doesn't seem right. We want to try and loan him out. He can still play though because he's under 18, so that's fine. Anyone's over 18, we can't play him because we actually haven't got a B team, right? So these guys have got to have youth contracts pretty much, which they do. So, but I don't think there's anyone that I really want to put into the first team for this one. I think we'll just literally rotate a bit and just put other people in. Masterson on the bench here, Hutton on the bench, Bate can go on the bench, Romana, sorry, Abui and Axel Dongen. I want to keep wanting to say Axel Van Dongen. It's the other way. What a complicated name that kid's got, bless him. But there you go. Anyway, keep going forward. Oh, there's been an offer made somewhere, hasn't there? No, Sanko's coming in. That's great. Okay, so that's our backup striker resolved. B-, decent championship player. Mostly better with his head than he is with his feet, but that's okay. And he can now go on the bench for this game instead of Temensnikov, who can have a rest. Let's see what squad number we can give him here in a minute. We come on down. There's not a lot available, is there? Let's go 32. Give him a Tevez number. Makes sense, right? And let's quickly pop him on the bench for Temensnikov. So we might be able to get him some minutes in this game and see how he gets on. Welcome to the club. You're straight off the plane or straight on the bench. And we'll keep cracking forward. It's always a long day here, isn't it? The transfer deadline day. The board security is a B+, which we're really happy with. Supported one's an A, which is great. I mean, you can't argue with that at all. I think we've done very well in those circumstances to keep the club behind us, and we've got a long deal with them as well. Something I have to consider is, do we want to consider a move at some point? I mean, I came into the save not thinking about it, just thinking about building Gillingham, but we've turned down offers already from places like Schalke, from Roda in Holland, and I think it was Fortuna Sittard who came in wanting to talk to us. If we got offered a lower Premier League job now, do we bail on the Gillingham experiment? I'm going to say it's 90% in favour of us staying for the long haul here, but if anyone in the chat wants to offer any other suggestions, please feel free. Ooh! We just got 50% of the Young transfer profit. So we sold Brad Young to Newcastle literally this summer. And they've immediately sold him on again for 105. So they've got a little bit more. And we've now got £8,000 of the profit. So that's a little bit extra in the door. Bear in mind he's a free transfer and he didn't work out for us. We'll take that. Player wage expenditure in the Sky Bet Championship. Leeds are at £1.4 million a week. Where are we, guys? Oh yeah, we're 23rd. We're ahead of Lincoln. We were bottom last year with 100,000, and you think, look at everyone else. So we've doubled our budget in 1 year. We're still pushing the club financially, possibly too far. But if we were to get a promotion to the Premier League, that money would, completely secure the football club. It is nice not to be the worst one anymore. It'd be ahead of Lincoln anyway. Southampton spent 80 million quid of that 295. And they sold Adam Wharton to Man City for 53 million. I mean, that's some insane transfers going on here. Hang on. I want to see some fees here because I just don't quite understand. Oh, you got to go to the bottom, I suppose. Oh, it's all over the place. 14 million quid for Cruz from Southampton. I mean, that's insane money, right? I mean, we spent, 850k there, but it classifies as zero overall because of the history and because it was in the first bit. But when you consider it all in all, if we go back here, like I spent 2.3, but I also raised nearly 9 million, right? So that's nothing. But wow, that's crazy stuff, guys. That's really insane. The transfer deadline has passed. We can confirm the team selection here. Still got 4 spaces left, which is good. So yeah, we'll take that. We've still got some room for growth. I might need to consider upgrading the academy this year because we didn't have a good youth recruitment lot last year. I think we're missing out on an opportunity being the main team in Kent to be able to bring in, the best players around from this area. But let's get to this game now. We are at home against Wrexham. Welcome to Wrexham, everyone. We've had run-ins before with this team. We were both trying to battle out of League One. We managed it winning the playoffs. They lost in the first round, so there might be a little bit of bitterness here. They've still got a pretty similar team to last time. And Dan Farmer, what a name that is. Let's get to the dressing room. We've got a good run late. He's got there and impressed me. I have faith in you guys. Let's go out there. I never tell them I expect them to win in any circumstances because it'll always come back and bite you as soon as you do it right. So no point in doing it at all. But anyway. Once again, they've gone for the DM here, which seems to be a problem for us to play against at times. And they got a match sheet at number 12 on the bench, and we were looking to sign ourselves. That's interesting. As we get the Caribou Cup underway for the season. Corner to Gillingham. Tiffany will play it short to Glass. And it's Venegor Hesselink. I've never been more relieved to see a goal hit the back of the net than that one, guys. He has scored on his full debut on the starting field. Got a good bit of position there. Puts it past Okonoko, the goalkeeper. Superb job. 1-0. And I did think Venegor Hesselink, if we give him some time this year, I think his raw stats and his raw ability as a youngster could progress into a top quality striker. So I felt he was worth being the one youngster we pick up on the free over all the rest I looked at, like 10 or 11 other young strikers. I just think he had everything in the right place to become a real top player, so really happy with that. Brunt back to Okonoko. Now they're going to try and play out here from the back, Wrexham. Phoenix will pick it up though. Venegor plugs it off really well. Tiffany goes close. Very close in the circumstances of putting it in the back of the net. But we'll still take the 1-0. We're looking quite dominant so far. And it looks like Wrexham are trying to play around us, but not getting very far. Phoenix inside to Campbell. Nice football. Back up there to Malarkey. Down to Phoenix. Great goal. Tiffany gets on the end of it. 2-0. We look comfortably better than Wrexham, guys, don't we? It looks actually remarkably good how good we are against this team. Nice build-up play here down the left-hand side. Like the desire from Phoenix to make the run. Plays it across. Takes his time. Does the keeper. Not selfish, doesn't just drive it onto the goal, finds his teammate, and it is 2-0, so we'll take that one. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. Makes me think the depth isn't going to be a problem for us. Even if we have a bad run, we've got players we can bring in, right? And we're going to get to half-time, they're not going to have a shot. Yeah. Excellent stuff, right. I'm going to say, what 45 minutes was that? You've blown them away, and let's just get back out there. I think Tazan might have to come off in. I might make a switch around with Romero coming on in the middle of Romero. Anyways, you remember throwing in now. Tazan's got an opportunity to still affect the game. Plays it across. Poor pass that was. Should have done better. Easton though could pick up the ball again. Nice layoff. Comes inside Jarumi. Close, and a corner kick now for Gillingham. And it's going to be the short option again. Glass picks it up. I love our short corners. We're so dangerous. Campbell! Close. I think we're going to get Tazan off here. Get Campbell back in that Regista role. And let's get Romano on here in midfield for an opportunity. Because I don't see him getting as many opportunities as the others this year. I just think naturally down the pecking order, he's lost his way a little bit. His stats are good, but he doesn't seem to do enough. And it's in. Glass. We'll take it. There was no offside there for Venegor Hesselink being on the goalkeeper. So excellent stuff. Gillingham 3. Wrexham 0. Good stuff, guys. Mullen tried to make the tackle there, coming back from the attacking position. Deflected around. Glass finds the back of the net. Venegor Hesselink pretty much took that one as hard as he could. We'll go with the tactical changes despite that. Excellent stuff, guys. This attacking unit actually is looking very good. I've actually got a problem here because they're playing that well with Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix has probably got to start, right? I mean, I kind of discounted him for the new chap, but if he's playing this well, I've got to play him. It's a penalty. Jarumi, mistake there. Very sloppy. Gives away the pen. Mullen will take. Scores past McCracken. Obviously our backup goalkeeper, but we're giving him an opportunity today to have a run out. Finds the back of the net. Yeah, nice penalty. You can't argue with it, can you, really? It is what it is. 64 minutes gone. We are still 3-1 up here. Hopefully we won't throw this away at the end. It'll be typical to make some changes now and end up putting ourselves in trouble. Tiffany back to Easton though. Jarumi can build again. He's got an opportunity for redemption down this side. Good ball in. Glass there to Romano. Malarkey comes down this left. Comes in. Deflects it off the goalkeeper. Unfortunate. Chance for Wrexham on the counter, but Jarumi read the game very well there in the circumstances, didn't he? Makes it a bit easier. Going to be a corner to Wrexham now. Oh, they've hit the post and it's in from Narlo. Alright, hello. All of a sudden, I'm going to demand some more here because I just think we're going to let this game slip away potentially if we're not careful, right? Finds the post, finds the back of the net. Gillingham 3, Wrexham 2. Frustrating one to concede when we're doing so well in the the first half there and probably for 60 minutes or so. I think Tiffany's looking a bit tired. Let's get him off here for Ibue, who we know just completely causes chaos when he comes on. I think from there we're pretty good. Maybe Malarkey comes off here for Hutton just at the end. Oh no, don't equalise now. We've been dominant for all this. This would be so disrespectful. Mullen over the top of the crossbar. I thought we were about to get FM there, guys, but we're into the 6 minutes of added time, and hopefully we're going to hold on. Holding on's fine. We'll take it. We're in the next round of the cup. We rotated the team completely. Looks like we've got a bit of depth now, doesn't it? Talarov had a great game at centre-back as well, and I'm delighted with Venegor Hesselink getting his first for the club at a good time, especially when I did go out and get a goal striker, as you know, just to cover off in case he's no good. We're through from the third round, and we've got Lincoln at home next in 3 days, so I think we should be able to win that as well and push ourselves towards the top part of this league table. Keep skipping forward here. 4th round draw. I'm going to skip it. I'm not too worried. Let's see who we get. Luton Town, who I believe are in League One. No, they're in the Championship with us. Of course they are. So we should be able to compete against Luton as well. That's 2 back-to-back Championship teams we've drawn. And we know what we all want. We want a Premier League draw in a minute, don't we? That's what gets us excited for this. We've played Nottingham Forest and we've played Brighton so far in Premier League draws at different levels. Zukon's out for 2 days for a hamstring problem. And both of them we were quite competitive. Forest ended up beating us 3-0, but there was still a nice 0-0, which Brighton then won in extra time, which was a shame. But we got the replay in that one as well. Let's pick this team ready for tomorrow. It's going to be Setford going back into net. Hutton, Adamola. I'm going to have to make a decision about these attacking mids. They played so well last time out, didn't they? I think it's got to be Masterson and Akanwa. But once again, all the defenders have played pretty well so far. So it's a difficult selection to make, really. I think Easton... I still think Talarov's good, but I think as a backup he's likely to have happier playing time, even if he's not featuring, so that's a big part of this. I think then we'll get Malarkey on there. Right, okay, Tazan could be our Regista, bearing in mind it hasn't worked with Zukon being out, so Bate goes back into DM. These two I'm not too worried about. Campbell can go on the bench, our free signing from Hibernian. Patterson I think we're going to have to play. I think he's been that good. Also, I think Abui's been that good. Duarte's kind of dropped off. So let's go Abui. Let's go with Patterson. Let's let the team select who we want to play. Ben Knight in the middle and Temesnikov up top right. I don't even want to put Venegor Hesselink in for his 2nd game in a row, but he will go on the bench after that. And I think Van Dongen, Duarte... and probably now Declan Glass. I think Tiffany is possibly going to miss out despite scoring some goals. I think maybe he's just the next one we try and move on for some money, right? I think that will be probably the best case scenario because we got him for 25,000, so to get £1 million for the bloke is pretty good. Let's get to this match though. Can we go 3 for 3 to start tonight's stream? I think we can. I'm going to trust you guys to make a difference. Get out there and start putting balls in net. And they've got a pink away kit, which is interesting because we like the pink away kit. I look at this team, and while they're raw and lack experience, I think what we've got is something quite interesting. So we've had a Linker, they've improved their squad quite nicely there. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh thinking we should just naturally win this, because if you look, they're in 14th and they're not doing that badly. So maybe I'm being a little bit overzealous thinking we should smash this lot just because they were in League One last year. We'll soon see, guys, anyway, as the game gets underway here. We are at home, so I'd expect us to hopefully lead the line quite well. But I appreciate them going with 2 strikers up top with Mo Mahoney and Osmanic. You know, both 2 good players as well. Mbeng I like as a right back as well. Corner to Lincoln, or Clark Salter. He's got some pedigree, hasn't he? Ex-Chelsea Academy player. Luckily, Setford reads it well. And can we build out from the back against this team? Adamola down the left, back to Bate. Finds Adamola again, who keeps pushing forward. Ball across. Clark Salter there with his head at the defensive end. Hutton now comes in. Oh, good effort. I like the running. I encourage the players in this system to run, right? It just makes sense for them to run and use their pace, use their creativity to drive at the goal. Try and get balls across into the danger zone for Temesnikov to get on the end of. And we've got another highlight here now, coming up to half an hour. Adamola, Temesnikov's got ahead. Tazan's shot gets blocked. Comes back in. Temesnikov missed that one. He got it on target. He got it with power. The goalkeeper was in the right place, luckily. Knight now will have a short corner option down to Phoenix. Tazan, they lose the ball in the triangle, which is a shame. But still, we're looking pretty good for my money, especially at these set pieces. I think we get an extra value from these corners. I think they're making such a difference. Especially when you consider Lincoln have only had that one chance, and since then we've been pretty much on top of them. Might get a half-time 0-0 though, which would be disappointing. I think we probably should be ahead by now. Going to be a free kick over the halfway line. Laid off nicely to Hutton. Hutton comes in. Oh, I thought it was going in the back of the net. Good save from Vargas in the Lincoln goal. Corner's going to be a long one now in towards the near post. Binks it in, Akangwa tries to get on the end of it, but he can't, and unfortunately it will be cleared here. It looks like it will be 0-0 as we head to half time. I'm far from pleased. Go out there and do more. Come on. Phoenix is not in a good game. How does that happen? Literally, he played so well last time. Duarte on a bit of Fred, guys. Need a bit of right said Fred in our lives. If someone's going to bring a goal out from somewhere, it'll be him. Also, Abue's having a bad game as well, isn't he? I think Van Dongen's going to have to come on here. Maybe I change it back to an inside forward from an inverted winger, but we'll soon find out. And Marucho now down to Tazan. Fred Bate. He's had a bad game so far on a 6.4, but he's ready and available. Found some space, guys. Gillingham 1, Lincoln 0. Going to be a big one this for us in the circumstances. Great play from Marucho here under pressure to find Tazan. Fred there does really well. Finding the people in space. Beautiful football. Nice short corner. What we want to see. What I want to see my football team, Leicester, in real life do more short corners that don't involve going back to the goalkeeper every time because it's useless. And Marucho's taken a knock here. I still think Temesnikov's going to come off a Venegor Hesselink over 15 minutes. Let's see if Venegor Hesselink can add to his tally and maybe put some unlikely pressure on our number one forward here. We've got 10 minutes of the game left. And I've got Devin Brinkley. How come many subscribers are allowed to type it? I think more people in Clyde over the typos when it's the other way around. No. I appreciate that, mate. I'll tell you why. Because I had one or two people that started coming in and just started talking about things that weren't relative, like being trolls, right? I mean, I had like 5 comments the other day I had to delete because it was trolls. So it normally puts people off just to have to wait a minute, I find. So no, I get your point, mate, totally. And I might switch it off later on. I'll see how I feel. But it was just more, by the way, just to keep it safe for everyone, because I don't want people getting trolled who want to come here and talk. Devin Brinkby, great content, mate. Thank you for your 2 comments, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you for coming along. But that's just an explanation why, mate, anyway. So it isn't to exclude people. It's just to try and stop people who want to come on and just say stupid things that have nothing to do with the stream, right? But anyway, good result. 2-0. Happy with that. I think we're winning the games we have to be winning right now. And it puts us right back in this contention. Don't forget, second biggest budget in the league. Second smallest budget in the league, 10,000. So yeah, really happy with that. I think that's a really good result. And if you look at the schedule now, who we got coming up next? Derby away, should fancy that. Wrexham at home, we just beat with a rotated team in the Carabao Cup. That's encouraging. Sunderland, we got a point off last year. Am I talking myself into the most unlikely of playoff pushes here? Devin Brinkby, of course, lad. No, I appreciate it, mate. No, it's part of the problem, isn't it, mate? Let us know you support as well, mate. Obviously, we do generally want this to be a community of people who want to talk about football manager. So let me know you support or what football manager games you got going on. Obviously, mate, it's always nice to hear from people that aren't just trolling, like I say. So there we go. We'll keep skipping it forward. Now the transfer window has closed. We've got, I think, a very capable team for the money we've invested. And more importantly, the financial future of the club, while we've got to keep an eye on it, and while I haven't obviously invested all the money, I think we're still in a really good spot here. To think when we started, the overall balance was like 200k or something. I'm not going to go to that. I'm going to go to projection. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about the projection as I move my webcam as well is just seeing those 2 years down the line. That's hideous, right? So that's why I didn't spend that 2 million quid. I've kept it because I think we're going to have to be a club that's going to sell players in order to progress. I moved some of it around so we actually could have, going back from webcam again, yeah, a wage budget. We still are on 200,000 a week. It was 100,000 a week last year. I mean, in comparison, the team at the top of the division, Southampton, 1.4 million. So we are 14 times smaller than everyone else. And whatever we can do here, we will try our best, right? So anyway, we'll keep cracking forward now, getting towards this Derby game. Oh, got a new intermediary suggestion. Since I've updated the scouts, we're getting some really good scout reports in, and obviously trying to be as realistic as possible. You're using the scout reports rather than just pulling players out of a hat. So it's interesting. We're seeming to spot these players now, where we weren't spotting them before. We're getting these Holland players, for example, released on frees that work permits aren't a problem for because they got under 21 pedigree. Getting those guys in, and I think we don't have to make anything too dramatically different for this game. However, it was interesting, right, how Bowie and Patterson, when we gave them a go this time, didn't perform as well. So perhaps we go back to Van Dongen and Duarte. I think perhaps Duarte is at least the minimum here. Van Dongen, I think, actually is going to be the guy long term we sell for a massive amount of money. So I think I want to try and bed him in a bit more and see how he gets on. I think an inverted winger in that position is great. Everyone else I'm kind of cool with. I mean, Zukon needs to be on the bench, doesn't he, really? In fact, I still kind of want to get Zooton and Bate playing together, but I'll stick with Tazand right now because he's a bit concerned with his playing time, so I don't want to upset the team too much. It's a squad game, there's a long way to go, so there we go. Let's get to this game now. I'll get back to the comments a minute here. Dressing room, we're in our pink kit. That's great. We owe Derby what happened in our last game. Go out and tell them, make a difference. And let's go, guys. Let's go. Back to the comments. Devin Brinkby, got nothing better to do, so I might as well talk about it. I'm a huge Chelsea fan out of Sweden. I bleed blue. I play FM again. I'm Buzzing FM306. And you, mate, very interesting, mate. I'm a Leicester fan, so obviously you know our manager very well. You know, I hope you like Enzo. I quite like Enzo. I don't dislike him. I think he's got a lot of interest, but yeah, and I'm buzzing for FM26 at all. It's devastating. Obviously, FM25 didn't really happen, right? But they really did cock it up, for lack of a better term, didn't they? And nice to have a fan from Sweden. Obviously, I've got a lot of time for. I've never been to Sweden. I've been to Norway, and I really liked Norway. I like the vibe of Scandinavia. I think it's got a really chill social scene, which I really appreciate. Oh, good effort there from Temensnikov. Good save from the goalkeeper. I watch ice hockey as well, mate. If you're from Sweden, you know ice hockey. I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan as well. So if you know ice hockey, William Nylander, my boy. There you go. That's for you, mate, in the chat there. Yeah, anyway. I'm going to get distracted. Don't get me talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs, honestly. You'll get me talking for hours. But anyway, 2 shots on target so far. In a sold-out Pride Park. Pride Park's never looked so big, has it? Look at the state of that. Tazand comes inside. Great shot. That's what I like about Tazand. He's willing to take the opportunity on if the door opens for him. And he's got the confidence. He's not a regista in any sense of the word. It just so happens I felt his stats suit a regista, and he's come forward, and every time he does things like that, and that shot was deflected, obviously, to send Vickers the wrong way, but it finds the back of the net, and we'll happily take that every day of the week. We take the lead against Derby here, 1-0. Alan now's going to take the corner. What a name Alan is. Oh, near post. Unfortunately, we were nearly caught short, and we have been caught short, and here's Darren Allen. Darren Allen. If he's a regen, that's an awesome name, Darren Allen, right? But anyway, played in. Yeah, disappointing how we didn't quite manage to get the ball back in. Knight kind of shirked away from that ball. Setford can't really do a lot there. You need to get your body in the line properly. Anyway, finds the back of the net. 1-1 here anyway. Let's move forward and see if we can press on here. Derby are a team that have got some quality, especially with Salverson. Thompson's a good DM for them, good effort. Setford had it covered, I think, but has gone over the top of the crossbar here. I wonder, I kind of think with this season, it's one of those where we could end up stuck in the mid-table all season, but the behind-the-scenes financial work we've done on the club, bear in mind every year was kind of a disaster. You know, I think we're looking in a better spot now for the club's future than we ever were, which is the main thing, right? And don't forget, the big worry when you're in this sort of position is we could lose players on free transfers to other clubs as well, but we've got them signed up for a minimum of 2 years. There's no one out of contract this summer, which I think is crucial for this group of players, and it gives us a lot of leverage. Corner to Derby after we tell them off. It's gone over the top, luckily, there. We'll take that every day of the week. Darren Brinky, don't watch ice hockey either, other than Nick Hopper live and again as I live there. Cool, yeah, no, fair enough, mate. I mean, I moved to Canada 10 years ago and lived in Toronto for a year, so I had no idea what ice hockey was, being English, until I went out there, but obviously it's pretty much religion in Toronto, as you can imagine. So, ball inside here, oh my word, it's looking like Alan's having a go at this. Patterson's going to come on here. We've got some yellow cards, and Amarucho's not performing well at all. For being the guy I want to be the guy, he's not doing well. Corner in, though, from Knight here. 20 minutes to go. He's got great technicals. Oh, Adamola's not got the greatest finishing, but I appreciate the effort here. Let's demand some more in a minute. Oh, I don't know what happened there. No, I didn't press that. Oh, yeah, I did. What am I talking about? I've had a long day today. I was presenting on Leicester Till I Die television for the pre-season friendly as well today with Chris, and that's a great channel, so feel free to go check that out at some point. But I do a lot of, you know, fan analysis on that as well. 10 minutes to go. Can we steal this game away at Derby? Tazand again. Gotta be! Come on, 2-1. And I love the finish there. Watch this finish again, guys, because Adamola sometimes has a little bit of a bull in the china shop. Here he was calm. Outside of the right boot, through the goalkeeper's legs. Proper ice hockey goal, ironically, that was. Look at that, under the goalkeeper was diving. Excellent stuff. In the back of the net, Derby 1, Gillingham 2. We'll take that corner in. Let's get the third here to finish this off. Phoenix across. Masterson was waiting. Good effort. Unfortunately, just slightly off target. We'll get Easton on to cover off the yellow card here. We got anyone else we can bring on? No, we're out of subs now. always seems to change. Sometimes you get 3 or 4. I don't know what that is. But anyway, Phoenix. Phoenix is worth £8 million, guys, now as well to think about. We paid £9,750 for him. He's now worth 10 million or something, 8 million. I mean, even if he gets upset and not playing, he's something we can invest on in January, right? So there we go. Anyway, inside Abui. Winner, chicken dinner. Abue's been a really good sign for us at 4,000 a week. Really happy with that. Darren Bricker, yeah, Maraska's overperformed heavily. Love him lots. Very more versatile than what people said beforehand. It's very bright for us. I think we can go far. Yeah, I mean, I think Enzo, as a manager, and I'll give him credit, I think he's got a very good eye for what he wants the game to be. There are times you'll be high pressing, but you won't be obviously really doing a lot with it, but you'll be saving legs, which I think is crucial with the amount of games you got. Oh, hang on here. 2 minutes into the added time. I'm going to say focus here because all of a sudden Derby made a game of it and their home fans are up for this. But yeah, no, Enzo, I think he's a pragmatic man. I think he brings the best out of players. That Leicester team he took up 2 years ago, which we've kind of still got now, which isn't very good, frankly. I think he hid the negatives, got the positives out of them. And the thing with Chelsea is that I think underperforming is probably where it's been for a long time, but I think the vision he's got, and just he'll give him a couple of years and I think you'll be surprised how far you go. You're always going to be one of my top 4 guesses every year with Enzo, to be frank. We get the win, guys. 3 goals to 2. We will take that. That was really special. Come on, great stuff. Really special. Puts us right up here with the teams we have no right to be with. We've only lost to Brentford and Ipswich are behind us, aren't they? Where are Ipswich? Yeah, 15th. Wow. So that's quite surprising in the circumstances. But anyway, Wrexham next. Maybe do a little bit of rotation here, but we will see. Anyway, let's see. Duarte's got an injury. Oh, pulled knee ligaments for 3 to 4 weeks. He's been so good for us, but I wonder if now he's maxed out for this level and he might be one we have to look at maybe moving beyond. I'm going to put Patterson in for him, I think, and then get Tiffany back on the bench. Tactics, I'm going to change this back to an inside forward. It's not working as an inverted one. The idea is we're pushing up with these guys anyway, right? They literally are providing the width up here. We got the Regista coming forward. We also got Bate who's going to cover off, and then these guys push up. So I think these guys both need to come in like this, right? Because otherwise there's no point. So yeah, I'm going to change it back. The inverted wing was to try and suit the player better for his, his ability and his stats, but it hasn't actually worked out any better. He's actually gone from a 6.6 to a 6.1. So, we might as well keep going this direction. Let's get to this Wrexham. I do use the facilities in a minute, so I think we might have a 2-minute little break, guys. Just grab a cup of tea or whatever else you want to grab, and I'll use the facilities. But anyway, thank you to everyone that's in tonight so far. I might change that subscription thing actually now, Devon, now you mention it, because you're right, it might put some people off, and hopefully we've at least scared off some trolls. But while we're having a quick break in a minute, we'll have a look at that, alright? But I appreciate it. If you ever want to go back and watch any of the previous episodes, guys, they're 4-hour-long blocks. However, I have gone through every episode, and in the comment section, there is a pinned comment with every single breakdown, every single chapter, every single timestamp of what we've done so far, including all the playoff finals, including all the biggest games. So you can go back and capture all the best moments. And I've also got a Dunfermline stream. Dunfermline episode I'm doing right now as well, which I think is, it's basically this format just cut up. So it's nothing too flashy. It's not going to have all the fancy graphics, but it's a nice chill thing where you see a similar principle to what we're doing here, right? I don't think we make any changes after the last game. I want to try and get the connectivity up because right now there isn't much association between these players. And I want to get that association up. We've had the departures in the summer of Corness and everyone else that have, been big players at this club that all knew each other, but we've had to move past them now. But we'll do this game first a minute, and then we'll have a quick 2 minutes, guys. But let's go to the match. Wrexham, we should really do well here because we've done well last time out. Obviously, rotating it with the B team, all the B players in there, we won 3-2, so happy with that. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to the kickoff. I'm not even worried about what team they're putting out because we should be head and shoulders better. They got a match on the right today, which is interesting because I looked at him this summer as being a player that I wanted to bring in. Ooh, and unfortunately Ben Knight's gone down early here with an injury. Lower leg injury. That means a broken leg, guys, doesn't it? Probably. That is not good. Declan Glass is back in as attacking mid. Our free transfer we got many moons ago from, wasn't it Dundee United? But anyway. Highlight in now on 10 minutes. Wrexham away from home. Bottom of the league currently, if I'm not mistaken. Looking to get a result. Longman's played him well there. Luckily, Masterson read it well. That was a poor cross in the circumstances, wasn't it? Should have done something better. Masterson comes forward here. Hutton. Longman down his side to Rathborne. Mullin. Phoenix most does a great job here. Comes forward now, Adamola. I love his pace. Look at his pace. He's gone. He's gone. You can't keep up with him. Ball across. And it's in for Van Dongen. Van Axel Dongen. I'm never going to get his name right because he's got so many Van and Axels in it. But he's finally got a goal, which is great. I've stuck with him because he's obviously got that ability for me to be the first player we got who could be a Premier League player if we just develop him a little bit. And that's a great goal, and it is 1-0 to us again. Superb. Devin Brinkley, I'm actually looking to get into media, sports media preferably. That's something I see myself doing in the future. I'm still only 15, by the time to decide about it. Mate, yeah, you've got a long time, mate, to play around with it. I mean, I sit here and basically, I'm on a channel called Leicester Till I Die Television as well. So you ever want to see me do like that sort of thing where I do a bit of commentary and a bit of analysis, fan analysis, go check that out because that will give you some hints and tips for it. But I would say the best thing is to be natural, be yourself, not don't be afraid by it, or anything like. I know it sounds a daft thing to say, but there's times you see some people who go on camera and stuff and they get a bit frozen up, and you just got to be open to it almost. But and just find your voice. Finding your voice is very important. I'm very lucky that I've performed stand-up comedy before, so when it comes to thinking on my feet, I'm naturally quite good at it because I've always been in that. Oh, I pressed the wrong button now. I've been too distracted talking. I'm going to say you can still improve. I did damage their confidence there because I told them there was shit at the back. Excuse my French. Oh, you shouldn't do that, guys. Anyway, let's get Phoenix off. He's on a bad game again. Let's get Tiffany on. And I quite like the idea of getting Venegor Hesselink on later, but ironically, Declan Glass, who I joke is made of glass. If there's someone that's going to get injured, it's not normally Knight. It's normally Glass. This time it was Tiffany. I nearly curse the commentator. You'll learn this, my friend. You will. Anyway, Tiffany, and here comes a Bouet. On he comes, confirm the sub. Let's see how we get on here with this one. Come on, guys, let's push on and get the 3 points here. I think this will be huge for us. Let's just hope Declan Glass doesn't end up injured now because that'll put us down to 10 men for the last bit here. I'm encouraging because I still want to see a bit more, but as you can see, the team haven't taken it well. But I don't like us just being 1-0 up. Good ball inside. Glass, great goal. Superb. Excellent. He's not championship quality anymore, let's be real, but the reality is if he gets out there and gets you a goal when you need a goal, he's got a place in my team, right? That's simple. His wages aren't a lot of money, so we'll just keep going here. That's a great goal. Superb stuff. 2-0, 15 minutes to go. We should consign Wrexham and their whole empire to the bottom of the league again, which would be excellent. I'll make a bold prediction for this year's championship as well, guys. Real life, because obviously Leicester are in it this year. I think everyone's getting a bit carried away with Wrexham. I think Birmingham, I think they might be competitive. I think Birmingham might be the ones to maybe be top 6. I think Wrexham are going to get relegated. I think for all the hype about Welcome to Wrexham and getting promoted a couple of times, I think this year is a massive step up for them, and I'm not sure they're making the business to make it happen. They've got Danny Ward in goal, who played for Leicester, and I tell you what, they're gambling on the wrong bloke. He is terrible. But anyway, Glass is going to take a free kick in. Now, sorry, Danny, if you're watching, obviously, but you were terrible. Oh, it's a good effort. Well covered. We still get the 2-0 win, guys. We haven't lost a game so far in the entire stream. We're going for an hour. That is win, 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 and win. Unbelievable. +5 on goal difference as well. 19. Better than last season, which is what we're asking for in the circumstances, right? What's the injuries here? Right. Shin splints for Scott Tiffany. I'm worried about Ben Knight. I think it's going to be a broken leg, guys. Leave to physio. Is it a broken leg? Broken lower leg. Told you, didn't I? Right, let's send him to the specialist because he's 25 and he is our player. That's bad news for us. We did not need that in the slightest. And Declan Glass is out for 2 days. That's okay because that means he can go in for Knight in attacking mid. But it does leave me with some questions here. Ironically, Ruben Cole has been offered to me on a free transfer at a time where I probably need an attacking mid. So maybe we make a play and get this guy in because he looks very good actually, doesn't he? He's improved from his days at Cardiff being a youngster. He hasn't played a lot, but I'll tell you what, that's interesting, that, isn't it? I'm going to have to go mull about that. We'll have a quick look at what team we got left after these injuries. And really, it's only going to be Glass. And who have we got off the bench? I mean, okay, no, Romano is still in the club, don't forget. Not that he's someone I particularly want to get too far behind, but yeah, I think that's okay. Yes, it's not a disaster, but we might want to go for this guy just because it's going to be 6 months. So, and is it another asset we can sell? Something to think about, guys, anyway, but there we go. Devin Brinkley, most likely won't be a player, but would love to stay connected to sport on a deeper level. And also, that's probably one of my greatest strengths, public speaking and not being nervous. I quite like it. One day I'd like to be a social media manager with Chelsea about yourself. Mate, great. I mean, the thing is, you said you were 15, right? So if you're doing it at this age, mate, all the best comedians in this world, Dave Chappelle talks about this. Don't you know Dave Chappelle? He talks about how... when he started out, he was in a man's world, age 14, 15, having to survive and having to perform comedy. And he said it was the best thing that happened to him because it meant that he had the tools then for when he got to 20 and when opportunities were coming that he was already better than everyone else. So I think that's a great comment, mate. And I'm happy you're confident about it. When you come in the chat and you're happily chatting away, which is always a great thing, and it shows you're very forward. So appreciate that, mate. Anyway, just give me, guys, 2 minutes. I just need a quick use of the facilities, and then we'll be back with some more Football Manager action. Thank you very much for the likes and the views so far. It's Saturday night, so I appreciate a lot of people are going to be out having a drink or doing whatever else. But thank you very much for being involved, and I'll see you literally in 2 minutes. Thank you. Right, we're back, guys. Thank you very much for waiting there. I did need to go water the plants, as we say in this country, so I really appreciate that. And thank you for the new subs as well. Obviously, there's been a few tonight. I really appreciate that. Really cool in the circumstances. Just trying to have a nice hangout place for people to come and talk Football Manager, and just have a nice hangout. That's what we need in this world. More connectivity. The world's a very difficult place at times, isn't it, right now? So, just nice to hang out and just chill with like-minded people and talk good stuff. So, thank you very much to everyone in the chat as well. Gillingham closing in on new record 1 for consecutive victories. The existing record is 7. Let's double check this, guys. Yeah, look at this. I can't believe this. I've even lost note of this. Look at what we're doing. We are unbeaten now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so you take 2 cup games out we've won there as well. we win against Sunderland and win against Hull, we will set a new club record. I mean, you can't really argue with that, can you guys? I think that's pretty impressive work. Excuse me, especially on the budget we're on as well. Got some players I've got to tell off there quickly, actually, because they weren't performing well in training. Hang on, we'll go back to that before I forget. Talarov, no, got to perform better than that, my friend. Sorry, got to keep the standard up. And I want to check the squad dynamics here a minute. Yeah, the club atmosphere is good. I'll quickly remove my head so you can see behind the rest of it. Managerial support, excellent. Team cohesion, good. Let's quickly just check the social groups. Yeah, we've still got Bait, who's still on the outskirts, as long as it would be, which is frustrating because we need to get less of these groups. We need to have probably maximum of 3, because as soon as you have more than 3, it gets a little bit difficult. But might be why Bait's not have been taken on by the people, perhaps, as well, because maybe he doesn't fit very well in teams. But we'll try our best with him and see how we get on anyway. As we click forward here. Right, get to the Sunderland game. How many changes do we want to make? Very few. However, we have got some fitness concerns to take into account as well. And I do wonder if with our schedule we got next... Oh, it's a week gap to be fair to Hull, so maybe we don't have to go too mad here. So if I quickly look at how everyone else is lining up... Yeah, I don't think I want to go too mad with changes here particularly, do I? I think I'm quite happy to leave it as it is and then make the changes later on in the game. So we'll get to it anyway, and we'll run with the same locks. I want to try and keep them getting that connectivity. Looks like Glass gets on well with Temensnikov, which is helpful. I wanted to pick up where you left off last time, guys. I have faith in you. We are at home. Let's go out there and do it for the home fans. As we go to kick off now. Sunderland in their away kit today, which is amazing. I always wondered why teams go in their away kit when their home kits are a completely different colour than yours, right? It almost seems bonkers that that happens, but there we go. Anyway, ball forward now to Barr here as he comes forward. Good tackle from Masterson. He's been with us since League 2. Has progressed nicely. Ekwa's in. That's a good save from Setford in the circumstances. We spent 2 years trying to find a goalkeeper who would be half decent for us, and we finally got him on a free. He's been brilliant. Sunderland looking dangerous, though. He's offside, luckily. Concerning start there. They got through a little bit too easy there for my liking. And they are going 4-4-2 today. And we generally find when we match up against the 4-4-2, we either end up getting into a tight game of a 0-1 or something, or we end up 5-0 up, oddly, towards like the 50th minute. So there's 2 ways this could go. I think so far it's looking like Sunderland are outperforming us a little bit. They've got a left-back called Payne, by the way, guys, as well. Can you see this? If there's ever a better name for a footballer than Payne, let me know in the chat. But that's an amazing name, isn't it? Tazan now linking up with Masterson. Can we build here? Glass. Got to find a nice pass. He does. That rhymes. Sorry about that. Barte. Oh, unfortunately a bit sloppy. Or Bates, sorry. Barte. I was like, oh, it's a good save. I don't know why I keep saying Bate as Barte. It's almost like I think he's some sort of Brazilian wonder midfielder, but he's not. He's a Chelsea youngster called Bate. I must get that right. I'm like Murray Walker when it comes to commentary sometimes. I say the wrong thing. It's just instinct that drives you a lot of times. And like I suspected, the reason why we're probably not doing so well is a lot of tired legs already coming into this team. I do have a backup formation which is a little bit more reserved and less gegenpressy, but in the same shape. So I wonder if this is the game where we hopefully will take the lead now in a minute and I can change it at half time. To Temensnikov! I think he might have been offside, but it might be given. No, he's offside. That's a shame because Temensnikov is a very good finisher when it comes to that sort of final part of the game, that final phase. 0-0. They've been the better team. I'm far from pleased, but I do think our fitness, is becoming an issue. So let's make some changes a minute. Bates not really having a good game either, is he? Well, I mean, he's got his yellow card. They deserved it. It's attacking, we've got a problem. Van Dongen's in and out, isn't he, depending on the day. So let's get a buoy in here and give... I think just the one change. We're going to have to watch the legs. Let's just try and add a little bit of... Oh, they've gone for 3 changes, controversially, look. With Roberts Mayenda coming on. Match momentum's all been in their favour, but we have statistically matched them for shots and shots on target. It's just the XG is better for them. So they're creating the better opportunities, no doubt about it. But anyway, they're going to have an opportunity now. I don't want to lose our unbeaten record. Oh, it's so close. Luckily, it goes past the far post there. Can we build out from the back? This is what we try and do. We're sticking with this, even though we technically shouldn't have the quality to do it. But I want us to improve the quality. Oh, to Temensnikov. Yes, baby. 5th of the season. How many goals is he going to get this year, guys? I mean, last year he came in January. £140,000 he cost us. He was obviously the standout candidate to be our next star centre forward. And the thing I like about him is he just hits everything with venom. Every time he strikes the ball, even if it's just at the goalkeeper, venom, 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 which is what you want in your forward, right? I always say, get the shots on net, guys. Get the shots on net. Free kick the Phoenix is going to take. He's got a good one. Curls it over the top. Zukon's going to come on here, and I'm going to get Glass off as well before we break him in two. Let's give Romano a go. Romano's technically got the best stats for this position of any player in the club, but he just hasn't performed well. Hutton on the right. Romano's there, and he's won the penalty. Well done, mate. The only downside is he broke himself, and now we've got no attacking mids, and maybe we go for Cole Will coming in. Temensnikov, 2. Excellent finish. We took Phoenix off penalties because he missed 3 of them in a row. So, I mean, oh my word, great stuff there. Great result. Devin Brinkley, your Aka's Cookies Welfares. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, they're doing really well. You think they've been very productive here, haven't they? Because we were dominated in the first part, but I think the nice thing is with this formation. Oh, we got an injury to Adam Roda at left back. We have got another sub, thank God. But I think the nice thing is that the formation plays in gaps that the other team have. So we're always matching up in a way where we're not matching up like for like. We're playing in space, and luckily the quality we've brought in over a few seasons is really making a difference. Phoenix! Come on, baby. Nice, comfortable home win. I'm getting confident now. I mean, we are unbeaten for 7 games. Okay, we lost a couple at the start, but they were against Brentford and Ipswich, who both got relegated from the Premier League. Since then, we've looked pretty much untouchable, guys. So I don't know. What can we do? Will we keep pushing forward up the league? We're in 5th place now. Can we get Gillingham to the Premier League for next season? That would be utterly insane starting from League 2. Well done, lads. Good win for us. Especially do it in 5 seasons. I have done it back to back to back with Swindon before from League 2 and not with Gillingham. So, yeah, but obviously more financial problems perhaps for Gillingham as well. That's a great one. Let's look at the table here a minute again, guys. Look at that. We're 3 points. Well, we're literally 4 points off top. QPR mid-table last year. We've got Hull next. So that's a huge game up next against Hull City, who are second, right? That is going to be one which is going to show, are we men or are we boys still? I'm hoping towards men in the circumstances. We got a record of 8 wins in a row. Excellent. Setting club records on our way to probably the most successful season that Gillingham have had for a long time. Sanko, our backup striker, who's not going to get a look in at the moment, has got a pulled thigh. That's okay. At least he can't moan about not being picked if he's, injured, so that's something. But there we go. Let's keep cracking forward here. Hopefully the week off as well. Oh, McCracken's out. We're starting to lose a few players to injury here. There's about 5 of them that are going to be out for a little while now. So I'm going to have to promote our young goalkeeper to the bench in our under-18s. Where is he? Devine. There we are. He's actually not bad, really. I mean, okay, not great, but not terrible for a 15-year-old goalkeeper, right? I could go get one on a free transfer, maybe, but for 2 weeks, it doesn't seem really worth it. It doesn't seem worth blowing a budget up for it, does it, in the circumstances? So might as well keep cracking forward here. This will be the end of September, then we've got an international break. We've already got players on international duty. That's frustrating. If we had 5 out, surely we could postpone the game, but doesn't look like that's going to be in our favour this time. Right, let's get to this now. We quickly see what's going on in the chat here. Devin Brinkley. Fun fact, I played Swindon in the tourney a few days ago, 1-2-0. Well done to you, mate. Well done to you. Honestly. Swindon, awesome. I mean, Swindon's probably about 2 hours up the road for me. It's an interesting town. It's famous for the Magic Roundabout. If you don't know what that is, mate, Google it. It's interesting. Tazan's out with Suriname. Talarev's away with Ukraine. Why are we still playing games? We've got players already away for international break. This is so bizarre to me. Right. Well, it makes it easy because we bait going back as the regista, Zukon alongside him. Campbell comes into the bench. How's the fitness looking? I think that's okay, apart from these guys are slightly tired. But with that being said, I'll still stick with Glass until he breaks, and then we can go over Romano, right? Look at these injuries we've got now, though. I mean, the good thing is we've still got some free transfer manoeuvrability if we want to make it happen. I just do want to be a bit concerned about pushing the budget too far, understandably. Yeah, number 31's fine, isn't it? Backup keeper. Right, let's get to this match. Hull City. Unbelievable. I wanted to pick up where we left off last time. We're away at Hull. They're currently second in the table. Probably the biggest game so far, irrelevant of, who else we've played. They've got Conan, he's a good left back. Liam Miller's alright as well. He used to play for Liverpool, I believe. Devin Brinkby scored a free kick to, Gotha Cup, biggest youth tourney in the world. Went out in the round 20 on penalties. I'm not sure if that's online in like EAFC or something, mate, or if it's actually you playing proper football, but irrelevant. Congratulations, mate. Whatever it is. So just, yeah, I'm happy for you. Went out to the round 60 on penalties. That's unfortunate. They match up today with us and put the defensive mid in. It's interesting because I think since last season, a lot of teams we play against are now dropping a defensive mid in against us, which they weren't doing before. They were normally going for the attacking mid, but we were steamrolling teams at times, so they were finding it difficult. Going to be a corner now to Hull, though. Miller in, and it's in from Sarr. Disappointing to concede just from a corner like that, isn't it? Poor at the back there. Should have done better. Who was meant to be getting him? Yeah, I mean, they were all kind of watching the ball a bit, but they weren't watching the men, and eventually there was 3 of them there, like a mosh pit. They managed to bang it in the back of the net, but there we go. Marucio's got a knock as well, bruised ribs. I'm not going to worry, there's nothing broken right now. Phoenix across the glass. And Maruccio! He's offside. That's a shame, especially when he's got the bruised ribs at the moment, but we need to get this one done. Let's have a look. Devin Brinkby, no real life, mate. Look up if you want. Oh, congratulations. Who do you play for then, mate? Do you play for like a Swedish team, do you? That's so cool. Or if you're playing for like a local English team or something, perhaps. Well, congratulations to you, mate. You must be a talented young footballer, and credit to you. Gives you any encouragement. We've got Monger at Leicester right now. He's 16, and he looks to me to be like one of the best players we've ever had. Phoenix. Oh, he's got to score. Come on. He's got to score. Short ball now from Glass at the corner. Phoenix down to Amaruccio. In a cross. I'm not worried about his knock because it's only his ribs. He should be fine. 3 minutes of added time here. Phoenix is now in the book as well. Frustrating. 1-0 to Hull. Been massively in this as well. You've been terrible. No changes yet, but it's coming very quickly here. And I think it's going to have to be Phoenix after that miss, to be honest. And I think we're going to go for... Oh, I don't know. I haven't really got a good left-sided option here, have I? Oh, he's going to have to come off. So we'll go for Briggs on the left. I'm going to go on the right for a Bowie, who normally comes on, adds something a little bit different. Right, demand more. We need some more guys. I think we've been actually statistically the better team here, so unbelievable stuff. Come on, let's do this. Hull 1, Gillingham 0. Time is ticking. Bates also in the book and not having a good game. I wonder if we should get on Campbell for him here. We got any more subs after this? No. Corner, a Bowie. Hutton! Near post. Doesn't get it on target. Corners are very good for us. We're going to encourage them here to try and push them on a bit further, but that's disappointing. I didn't find the back of the net. I think we can get an equaliser at least. That's a red card. Yeah, he's gone in there. Xavier Simons has gone in. It's a red card. Encourage the team. 8 minutes of added time now. Is there one more highlight in this game? Come on, get the highlight. It's not going to happen. Hull City, hold on. We have been defeated. First time in quite a few games. We were close, but I'm going to say I'm not happy because we didn't take our opportunities. I think if you're equal on stats against a team like this, you've got to take your opportunities, right? Still keeps us in the top 6, which is really good. Ahead of Brentford, which is insane to me, but yeah, disappointing we didn't do better there, really. I still think everything else is pretty good. It puts Hull top of the championship. Amaruccio Van Axel Dongan's out for 2 days with bruised ribs. Flatters to deceive a bit, doesn't he, at times? But I don't know. We'll see if he can get any better in a minute. 1 second here. Right, let's go on holiday until the next game. And that's only because, literally, it's a 2-week gap and it gives me a chance to catch up with the chat and just let everything pass on. Devin Brinkley, Swedish team called BK Derby. Nothing but big, but a fun experience for sure. Chatted up from Chelsea fans, like great fans as well. They're under 70s at the game. We showed the Swedes how to banter. Mate, British culture, mate. Welcome to it, honestly. It's all meant to be in good fun, obviously, especially with football fans. I mean, if you want to be a footballer, especially if you end up playing in England, as you've probably seen, yeah, there's a lot of banter, you know, but it is meant to be good-hearted. It's meant to be of the nature of we all judge ourselves the harshest as English people, quite lowly, right? You know, so yeah. But no, mate, I'm really happy for you. That's really cool. I mean, I did have a trial for Manchester United when I was 14 as a goalkeeper, true story. I wasn't really a great footballer as such, but I was a good goalkeeper. That weekend for them, I only conceded 1 goal in all the drills over 2 days, I think it was. So they were very interested in me. But unfortunately, I had a neck injury then playing rugby. And that was the end, because the neck injury took me out of a lot of sport, because I was told by the doctor, no more contact sport for you because you've already done a lot of damage. So yeah, so that's a shame. But unfortunately, well, I say fortunately, I found speaking and Football Manager and all the rest of it. So there we go. Right, we're off our holiday now, which we've gone away, had a lovely time in the sun. Hutton wants a new contract. He's got 2 years left on his deal. I can't talk to him because we were away at the time, so we're going to have to wait till he comes back to us. But I'm going to tell him when he comes back to us that we can't afford to offer him a new deal, which is realistic. We can't, because we need to watch the money situation. Financially, we've not lost as much as I thought that month. Only about 200,000, I believe. Oh, no, 700, sorry. So, yeah, okay. I mean, by the end of the season, it might be getting towards zero, but we are expecting to have to sell another asset in January, right? I'm surprised how much news there is for 2 days, honestly. Setford's getting better. Look at this, guys. Charlie Setford, our goalkeeper, our boy. Oh, my God. Literally, look how good he's getting. We've got a Premier League goalkeeper here. I don't care for potential abilities because Sky Bet Championship. He is that good. He really is. And Player of the Month for Tizan, which is fascinating because when I brought in the two new lads, Bait and the guy beginning with Z. I'll double check. Just lost my connection on this. Let me just double check. And Zukon, sorry. I didn't expect him to be able to keep his place in the team, but he's been remarkable. He's held it down really well. 4 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, good average rating. And same to Adamola, who obviously came in to replace our Southampton youngster we had, Abu, who we ended up selling for 1.6 million quid to Malaga. So to get a player into the same quality for no money after selling one for 1.6 million, top business. I get dedicated the award. Thank you very much, mate. It's been a pleasure working with you, and thank you very much for accepting playing as Regista when you came in as a left winger. So we'll take that. Second in Manager of the Month, take that as well. Hutton wants to speak about his future. I wish I was here to talk to him because I probably cocked it up by not being here. That's a downside by going on holiday for a little bit to try and skip the time up quicker. But in good news, our performance reviews are in a good spot right now as well. Excellent squad dynamics. Happy with that. How are we looking for groups? Okay, it's getting a little bit better. We've now only got I don't know how to sort out the Bait situation particularly, but if he ends up trashing the team confidence, we've got 10 million quid there we can reinvest somewhere else. I have confidence in what we can find. Hutton's playing badly in training. I'm disappointed. Ask me for a new contract, but you can't be asked to turn up in training. Honestly, terrible. He's unhappy with Sanka's loan agreement. This guy's going to get recalled in January. I mean, it was only a temporary thing anyway, just to cover off any injuries. And Venegor Hesselink has started scoring, which I was worried about. So, not too worried about that. A lot of scouting been done here. McCracken's back in full training, which means, luckily, we can now drop... Yeah, we can now send Paul Devine back to the under-18s to continue his development, which is good. I think I'll clear the team off and start again for the next game. So they've had 2 weeks, and we can have a good, proper look at it, because we need to see who's going to perform the best for them. Dobson's happy with international break. That's my assistant manager. Yeah, so all in all, that's pretty good. Let's quickly get back to the chat here and what we got here. Devon Brinkley, yeah, man, they tried to rattle me, but I laughed at Tom was proper after the game. Good. They're good lads. Yeah, neck injured. Yeah, it was, mate. It was unfortunate. I was literally that kid that did about 3 or 4 different sports, and unfortunately, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. True story. I love wrestling when I was a kid. I mean, I still watch it nowadays, now and again, but I love the theatrical nature of it and the physical nature of it. And unfortunately, because of the neck injury, there was no chance of that happening. And ended my sporting career very young. I was a swimmer for the county I live in England. I played tennis at quite a high level. I played a little bit of cricket. I wasn't so good at cricket. Bowling I was okay, but batting I was terrible. But yeah, oh well. I've got a big mouth. I can talk my way. They say in life, those that can't do it talk about it, right? So I think I'm talking about it now. Thanks again, guys, everyone that's been in tonight. There's been a few likes already and a few, subscribes, so really appreciate that in the circumstances. You've got many places you could be, but thank you for being here and enjoying this one tonight. Let's get to this next game now. Hutton, yeah, all right. I mean, he wants this new deal to reflect it, but can I talk to him if I click on it? Hang on. Discuss. No, I can't. That's a shame. I wish there was a way you could click it off here, but there isn't because I've missed the opportunity. I'll still keep starting him. Ironically, I don't think he's actually that good. If you look at him, he's not good at all, but he just plays really well, and actually his stats are misleading. So for me, he's going to keep starting here. Shirumi is ironic because he's actually probably a better player, but he just doesn't seem to do it. So we can go back on the bench here. We'll go back to the back two. Marston and Abankwo have actually got a little bit of connectivity going nowadays. Easton will go on the bench here. Malarkey perhaps on the bench. I might take him off for someone else. Right, this is interesting because obviously Tazand has been player of the month, so he's got to go in, right, as a regista. I think today Bates going to drop out for Zukon actually, which might start upsetting him, but I need to keep Zukon happy as well at the moment. Campbell's coming, he's not got a look in. I think this was a mistake probably. I mean, he's decent enough, we might be able to sell him for a profit anyway, so that's something. Oh, interesting, Romano's got interest. It's a shame it's not for a permanent deal, but there we go. Right, interesting now. I think we'll go for Van Dongen again. I'm going to stick with him despite the fact he's not particularly been good enough. Patterson, actually, let's swap them around for this day. Why not? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They've played 6.1s before at that level, so let's swap them around, give them an opportunity. They both can invert, that's fine. Declan Glass has got to be there. Duarte, perhaps. Oh, hang on, no, I've got to play Declan Glass in attacking mid, haven't I? Yeah, I have. What am I talking about? Romano can come on the bench then. Actually, no, Josh Campbell. I think Josh Campbell long term is going to be better for the attacking mid position as a backup anyway, because he can play there, so we'll do that. I'm talking myself out of this. Duarte, Ibue, up top to Menznikov, bench, Venegor, Hesselink. I think that's the lot. And Logan Briggs will be okay because he's on a hot prospect deal. So I don't mind leaving those guys out because they're on the hot prospect deal. They're not likely to get upset about it, right? Let's get to this match now. This is a big one. Cardiff City away. Last season we struggled against Cardiff. They were always at the bottom of the league. They managed to stay up, but for some reason they'd always beat us. They were like a bogey team, right? So we'll see how that gets on today. I like Minter in real life. I think he's a very talented footballer. And Damien Pizarro up top's a good signing for them in the circumstances, right? But we still got a very good team now on paper as well, so we can't complain our end. Right, let's get to the kickoff here. If we win today, we'll go probably about 5th or 4th, so that would be very good for us. Tazan's already on a 7.0. Do you see that at the bottom? It's amazing because he shouldn't be able to play this position at all, but he is really excelling as this regista. Really impressed. We've had less of the shots again in this, and it's interesting because Cardiff are the first team we've come up against this season, I believe, apart from maybe Ipswich and Brentford, who we lost to, who are playing the 4-2-3-1 like we are. So it's interesting how we seem to do worse against these teams. Ball going to be played forward now from a free kick. It's nerd down to Morris. King with a strike. Goalkeeper did enough there, and luckily the defence mopped it up. But anyway, we get away with that one. No shots on target for either team yet as we move past the half an hour mark. Is there going to be an opportunity here for us to maybe get an unlikely lead? Phoenix picks the ball up now as we try and play out from the back in a free kick. Tazand up to Zukon. Nice ball, Phoenix. Good ball, great run from Phoenix, great finish. Every part of that part of play was great, wasn't it? I think I've said great about 5 times there. Good stuff from Zukon, nice pass. Phoenix did really well just to use his arm to get off the defender and just get into that space. Nice little finish. We'll take that. Cardiff 0, Gillingham 1. Excellent stuff. We're going to get to half time. What changes we need to make? Hutton is starting to look a bit leggy. Excuse me. I mean, he's looking leggy, so I think it's time to get him off. Because if he's... I'm going to say I'm not happy, though, because I still think we could do better. I think let's save Hutton's legs and get on some fresh ones here, because he's the most tired player. And everyone else will just leave for the moment and see how it goes. Phoenix is funny, isn't he? He turns up sometimes on the left and sometimes on the right. And he'll either be a 6.2 or a 7.3. Doesn't seem to correlate what side he's actually playing. It's really weird. But anyway, King up to Rules. Rules coming forward now. He's been at Cardiff for a long time there as a central mid. Yuan comes inside. He's played for Burnian. Comes inside again. Got a shot on. Luckily, good save from Setford. Probably poor in the circumstances. Looking for a bit more quality there on the finishing. Rules will take the corner into the near post and Pizarro gets his head on it. Luckily, it's a goal kick. Setford is looking to me like to be the outside shot for our best signing of the summer. We've really struggled to find a goalkeeper that has been solid enough to really, you know, excel this team, especially now at this level, and he is looking the utter dog's, you know what. Phoenix inside to Menznikov, looking in his dangerous place like he always is, hanging around in front of the goal, looking to smash it in. There it is. Literally said exactly what he's going to do. It's offside, though. That's a shame it was offside, because that was a great bit of play there. But his positioning, you know, I can't argue with it at all. Adam can come off from Malaki here to cover off the yellow card. I think Glass might be the other substitution we make here just to bring... I'm going to be on Campbell in attacking mid, I think, actually. Give him a run out there to see how he gets on. I think he's got a lot to offer us. Going to be a set piece here. As Phoenix into the back post. Malaki's waiting. To Mensnikov, that was a penalty. But anyway, we're going to get the goal. Abankwa scores his first goal for Gillingham. Nice finish from the centre half. Excellent stuff here. And we are cooking with oil, guys. Or cooking with gas, as you'd say in America. Great stuff. To Mensnikov was fouled there. That was hideous. But we'll take the goal rather than just getting, called up for a penalty. I think Temensnikov can come off here for Venegor Hesselink. I want to see if he can get another goal. He's not getting really enough minutes, perhaps, but he is a young prospect. So there's still time. Inside there for Makalaki, who's come in to invert as the left back, which is quite a rare thing. We don't normally do that. So interesting, he took accountability for that. Chance now for Cardiff, perhaps. Pizarro's robbed the ball. Great one-on-one save from Setford. One-on-ones are 15 in the statistics, which is the best we've had. Every other goalkeeper had conceded there. So I think the goalkeeper today has made a massive effort in this win. And we'll take the 2-0 win. It was looking in the first half like it wasn't going to happen. Well done. Solid. Solid stuff. Happy with that. Puts us to 4th. 1 point off automatics. And QPR just lost to Bristol City. So I don't think we're worse than Hull and QPR. I think we're worse than Leeds and Brentford and Southampton. I don't think we're worse than the teams ahead of us. Interesting. Very interesting. Swansea away next, who are currently 10th. And last year we lost to them as well. Back-to-back games with the Welsh teams. Interesting championship this year. Obviously, both the Sheffield clubs got promoted last year to the Premier League, so that's going to be interesting. I think that's probably the first time I've had that happen on Football Manager in a long time, where both the Sheffield clubs have gone up from the Championship at the same time to the top flight. So they're getting the Sheffield Derby in the Premier League this year. Getting towards the end of October as well. It's amazing how the games go. 12 games done. That's 8 wins from 12 games, guys. Only 3 defeats. I mean, that is a pretty good record so far. That's definitely a step up from last year. I think this time last year we were probably about 2 or 3 points behind. No, we had a good start, to be fair. But I think we're probably still at least 7 points behind. McCracken's gashed his leg during a training session. He's a goalkeeper. How's he gashing his leg? Seems to me like he wants to spend his time chilling out and not actually playing football, not sitting on the bench. But anyway, you know the answer. Devine's going to come back into the first team just to make sure we've got a backup goalkeeper. I think everyone else picks itself at the moment, doesn't it, really? I mean, if I leave it as this, I don't think I want to change anything. I think while it's playing this well, I think we stick with it. I mean, I think the only options we've got in rotation are going to be in centre mid, Zukon or Bate. I keep saying Barte. I can't believe that. Don't let me live that down. That's terrible. And I think the other option is going to be... It would have been Duarte, but he seems to have finally gone off a cliff a little bit. That's why Patterson's in. I think it's a Bowie then for Patterson, because a Bowie's got an interesting set of skills which the other players don't have. The way he attacks the game with a bit more pace, a bit more chaos. It reminds me of Jeffrey Slupp, who used to play for Leicester. He's got a little bit of madness and chaos in his game, which can just tear the teams apart. We also got to go to Luton midweek here, so we have got to consider legs. Only one guy. Okay, I'll back down this time. I backed down that time because he's the only guy on the 6.65. Everyone else is doing really well, right? So I think we won't pick a war with him quite yet. If he drags anyone else down, then we're going to have a discussion, right? But let's get to this game. No changes. Let's get back out there. I want to see his connectivity starting to get better. I want to see the wingers and the fullbacks actually, getting those lines between them. Anyway, I wanted to pick up where we left off last time. It's against another Welsh team, guys. It's been at the bottom of the Championship. Chris Coleman's the manager. Isn't that interesting? They've got the Welsh manager in. They've still got Lagerbout coming from Celtic. Ronald, who's obviously a Brazilian winger. He's pretty decent, but we'll take it. We'll keep going here. Pink kit as well today. My favourite kit we have in the football club. And what an interesting table. Watford, Portsmouth and Wrexham and Lincoln down the bottom. Ironically, we dropped a point to Watford, didn't we? But we beat the rest of them, so that is interesting. That Watford game was actually probably one of the most trickier ones we had so far as well, ironically. But anyway, we get to it now and the game is underway. They're going with the DM as well here. I'm intrigued because it's very much a league of 4-2-3-1, but it depends if it's a DM or it's going to be an AM, right? Chudov, good effort. Wide, luckily. Nice effort, but luckily for us, not on target. Free kick to us. Phoenix. Tazan's there looking for another goal. Maybe another Player of the Month award. Tazan to Masterson. Hutton, what a goal that is. That's a great finish. He saw the gap in the defence just open up for him. He's not got good finishing at all, but that's a great bit of instinct just to pop that into the top left-hand corner of the goalkeeper's net there. And it is Swansea 0, Gillingham 1. Did you see the way he caught it? It was like a banana shot, wasn't it? Just literally bananaed his right-hand boot and just put it in the back of the net. Excellent. Oh, they've equalised straight away. Ronald. I love how Brazilian players always choose a name, and like he chose Ronald. I'm not sure if he grew up liking Big Macs or something, but yeah. Or it's like, I want to be the shorter version of Ronaldinho, perhaps. But it is 1-1. Okay, interesting. And the win here will be important because it looks like Leeds are starting to get on a run here. And if there is an automatic shot, we've got to keep with them. Back to Temensnikov, Tazan to Phoenix in the back of the net. Not going to miss those, is he? He tried last time out, but that was a proper finish. Once again, using power to get it past the goalkeeper. Swansea 1, Gillingham 2. Happy with that. I think that's nice. I like our corner play. I think when you're a team with a little budget, you know, and you really are trying to fight against the Goliaths of a big division, you've got to make your set pieces work. You've got to find added value in places that other teams might lack, you know. I said this about Leicester in real life last year. I felt we need to be better from corners. Zukon, come on, great goal. Looks like we're going to dominate this one, guys. We're on it here. And I'm wondering if we can mount the most unlikely promotion charge you've probably seen in Football Manager history. Zukon inside here. Nice stuff. Still takes a shot on through the guy's legs. We're utilising the statues of defenders to, you know, basically play murder ball off them into the back of the net, which is amazing. But we have got another highlight here now straight away, which makes me wonder, will Swansea immediately bite back? They have got it in them. Irving from distance. Good save from Setford. Takes it past and out for a corner. They're going to play it into the middle here. Is there anyone waiting? There is. It was Lagerbielke, who's obviously got a lot of experiences in the centre-back position. Goal difference could be important for us here because it looks like Southampton and Leeds are getting a lot more than us. Oh, and it's in from Irving. Okay. Just when it was looking like we were going to run away with it, Swansea made a game of this, guys. It's Swansea 2, Gillingham 3. And yeah, I mean, that's disappointing, especially when the performances and the average rating of players looks good. But maybe we can just keep outscoring them in the opposite direction. Hutton on the right-hand side now up to Tizand. Masterson up to Abanqua. Coming over halfway, ironically playing the Chelsea Enzo way almost. And Maruccho's in. Oh, off the post and the goalkeeper combined there to keep the game only with 1 goal difference in it. 4 minutes of added time. Is this going to be 3-3 at half time? Are we literally going to start again for the second half? It would be bonkers if that's the case, but they're looking dangerous. Cherlov over the top from Ronald. Great effort. Should have maybe kept his header down a bit more, but we are leading at half time, but it's not as good as you think because the XG is well in favour of Swansea. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with that. I think where we could have defended a little bit more sternly there, we could have done a bit more defensive. We were looking a little bit weak for my money. I think maybe it's time for Masterson to come off for Easton to cover off the yellow card. Easton's played really well so far, right? So I still think there's something there to be said for that. So we'll get him out and see how he gets on. Cover off the yellow card. Zukon will probably have to come off maybe for bait in a minute. I am someone who doesn't like getting red cards, as you can imagine. I mean, the good thing with this formation is if we just drop the attacking mid out and then we just have an AM left and a striker, and it will still work fine. 70 minutes, let's get Zukon off here for bait. Oh no, we can't. We've got an injury to Patterson. Foot injury. Okay, that could be a metatarsal. That won't be good. Right. On the right, Abui's going to come on here. It means we won't make the central midfield change, so I want to save that sub in case we get any more knocks. Would like a 4th goal here. Would also like to get a 5th. I mean, our record win, was it 7? I think it was 7-0 our record win, so I still want to aim high. Maybe someday get to the levels of like a 9-0 or something. That'd be pretty cool. Back to the goalkeeper from Swansea here, though, anyways. They're going to come forward. Fisher plays it forward. Good stuff, Madamola, to stay strong there and just stop the run. Stand up to the man. Zukon back to Tizand. Does a really good job of just laying the ball off and advancing play. Glass. Temensnikov's brought down. Penalty. Temensnikov's going to take this, surely. His chance for his first of the game. He's been on fire this season. Buries it in the bottom corner. Come on, guys. Hit that sub button and get in that chat. It is Swansea 2, Gillingham 4. Excellent stuff. And the more goals we get in this game, the better now, because obviously Leeds and Southampton are on +16, +15. And I think we're on plus 11. And those goals are an extra point when it comes down to it. Don't concede now. Lagerbout, luckily Setford has an easy save of it. He's going to roll it out from the back here. Let's hope he doesn't make a mistake. Holding onto the ball for a long time. Abankwa plays it forward here. Nice stuff playing through Swansea in the press to Mensnikov. Oh, good stuff from Best there, the centre-back, to be fair. Didn't panic. A lot of players were hacking down there. I thought he was going to get the shot away. He didn't do it. Glass will take the free kick to Mensnikov again. Curls it past that post. Unfortunate, but a good effort. Their goalkeeper's on a 5.9 rating today. Even when ours isn't at his best, theirs is having a shocker. And we're going to get a win, everyone. Come on. Get the hearts out in the chat. 2-4. Oh, I need to do the team talk. Well done, lads. Good win. Nice to be encouraging them so much. Keeps Gillingham in our 4th season in this save, in the Championship after back-to-back promotions and coming 12th last year. Keeps us in 4th place. What I talk about goal difference? Just need to get this goal difference up now, because that is going to be crucial. And realistically, I don't fancy us to win a playoffs. I don't think we've got enough. Twisted ankle for Patterson, 5 weeks probably, that's fine. But I do think we got enough to maybe get on a run and maybe get automatics. And then we're going to have the horrible nightmare of trying to keep this club in the Premier League, which is going to be incredibly difficult, because I've tried it with Swindon. I was in the relegation zone after back-to-back promotions for the entire season. Stayed up on the last day after we just won 3 of the last 4, who all happened to be the 3 places ahead of us, so we were terrible, but we did enough just to keep going. Luton at home next, midweek game. Then we've got Southampton, so I think it might be time to rest some legs, actually. Some of them are looking a bit leggy. We're going to make some changes now just to try and freshen up, ready for the Southampton game, which we want to compete in, right? The good thing is I feel we've got depth now as well. I think we have got depth. I think I can rotate anyone on this day, and I still think we're going to get something good out of them. So Patterson, obviously with his injury, is not ideal, but Tiffany can come back in, who's still great. Yeah, I think that'll do really nice for us, really, in the circumstances, guys. Anyone else on the bench we want to sop around? Perhaps Tazan can have a rest today for Romano. Sanko's not going to feature, is he, after we bring him on an emergency loan? But, you know, what do they say, tough titty? Is that what they say in real life? Anyway, let's get to this Luton game. Right, another big 3 points up for grabs. And then we've obviously got Southampton. If we can win this with a rotated team to a degree, and then we can go and beat Southampton with our first team, I mean, eyebrows are going to be raised, right? All of a sudden, it's like, how good are we? I think the system is beautiful, to be fair. I want to see also Jarumi have a good game today at right back, because in theory, he is meant to be the guy going forward. He's going to be really good for us, but he hasn't quite done it so far. Chong is going to be dangerous for them. He really is a top quality player at this level. But anyway, they're in their away kit, the orange today. We're on our home kit of the blue. Gillingham, Kent's finest team in the Championship, against all the financial odds in the world. Had a takeover as well, because he put the club in the window with some great league performances. And also, of course, we're still in the cup, aren't we? Yeah, we're still in the Carabao Cup in the fourth round or fifth round or whatever it is. I think it's the 4th round coming up next. So that's good, because we've not really had so far in this series so far a good cup run. And once again, guys, you ever want to go back and see anything so far, it looks quite intimidating seeing a 4-hour block of live stream, but I have gone through every past episode and pinned a comment with timestamps, or we'll get effort over the top, so you can go back and find the playoff final, for example, we won, to find all the other games which were awesome. We had a great game against Wolves last year, and now in the Premier League, where we were 2-0 down at Wolves and we won 4-2, which was insane, because they went on to win the league, and they only lost 3 games that entire season, but we completely smashed and grabbed them. Can we be resilient here against a Luton team that's looking to push forward from 10th place? They've struggled to really assert themselves back towards the Premier League picture since their relegation. Malarkey on the left here now. Back to Zukon. Bait. Glass. Nice layoff. Jarumi. It's in! It hit Walters and went in. That was about the intelligence of the ball in, right? A nice bit of passing play there from the team. Glass plays it down. Jarumi here gets into the space. The idea is, like we say, to get those 4 players. You can see on screen there, the wingers are actually in the middle. Inside forwards, coming inside, the overlap at the back. Just get bodies in the middle, get nice balls in. The DMs can do the defensive work for us. So great stuff here. Gillingham 1, Luton 0. And we've obviously slightly rotated, which is good as well. To the dressing room. I'm going to say our shooting's not been good enough, because we do need to score more goals. I think now to Mensnikov I'm going to bring off here for Venegorov Hesselink to have a run out. I still think Venegorov Hesselink is our ace in the hole. I really do. I think he's got all the natural stats and ability to maybe be good. Glass has hit the inside of the post there from no distance. And Furukawa can come away now. That was a cynical tackle from a bank club. He's been told off and lucky not even given the yellow card. But I like how he just did the right thing there and took the player out of the game when he had to. Anyway, Anderson up to Diao, goes to Chong, plays it in, he's offside. Surely he's offside. No, they've given it. No, it's not going to count. Referee took 20 years there to raise his arm. What was he doing? Frustrating. Jarumi again's having a bad game at right back, isn't he? And Malaki's not having a good one. But I want to rest these guys for the next one out, so I'm not going to... I guess I could put Campbell in there. Chong's in. He's the danger man. Yeah, we'll go with Josh Campbell at left back. It's controversial because it's not his natural position, but I want to rest legs as well. I don't want to tell him to concentrate, but I might have to say something here. Fred is not having a good game either. I mean, I've still got one more sub, so I want to wait a minute because we seem to obviously knack our players out by playing so aggressively. Zukon's looking a bit tired, so is Glass. Going to be a free kick from the back here from Luton with 15 minutes of the game to go. Ibui picked it up there. Needed a better strike on the end of that, my friend. Zukon can come off here as well for Romano. We got any more subs? No, we don't. That's a shame. Masterson plays it forward. Venegorov Hesselink. Masterson. Ibui. Back again to Masterson. I like our composure on the ball. Our possession is good. And we do know when to launch a strike forward. Ibui tries to get a shot away. Glass flicks the header on. Glass is very good at improvising when the ball comes to him late, isn't he? That was a real nice idea. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. Bate comes forward here. Ibue, Bate. Got a score. 2-0. We're going to go to the Southampton game, guys, in a position where we might move ourselves into the automatic promotion places with the second smallest budget in the league. This is banana land. It really is. It's bonkers. What a good bit of play. As soon as we get played through that, I've got confidence in all these attacking players, be it Fred, be it Glass, be it Ibue, be it Bate or Romano even, who's come off the bench. They've got an ability to put the ball in the back of the net, which is what you want. So I'm really happy. Corner now to maybe make it free. Going to be a nice home win. Glass plays it in. Fred's going to hit it. No, Campbell does. Second time wide. I thought the second time, the second bite of the cherry, he was going to smack that into the back of the net. Didn't quite work out, but there we go. 4 minutes of added time. Gillingham 2, Luton 0. Well done, lads. Good win. Bring on Southampton, ex-Premier League, who are just behind us. We can afford to draw that. But obviously we get a good win. Look at the goal difference. We're competing here, guys. I think the years of sticking with this idea, this philosophy of football we wanted to bring to Gillingham, doing it a slightly different way than what you normally would in the lower leagues by, you know, playing out from the back, which is not something you generally see a League Two team do. It's generally a bit more classical, you know, warts and all sort of football. And actually, we got the Sunderland manager sacked after that game, which is interesting. But yeah. Oh, and Carabao Cup, we've got Luton as well, and we can rotate for that. I fancy us to get through that one, even with a bit of rotation. Right, Southampton at home. This is the big one, guys. This is the big one so far. I don't know what sort of team they've actually got now after the Premier League. They've probably still got a lot of the good quality. Bartlett's unhappy with Sanko's loan spell. He's not come close to it in the same heights. Nice talking to you. Okay. Which basically means he's hung up on me and gone, I'm recalling him in January. But by then we can make another decision if we need another striker, right? I still think, like, you know, Venegorov Hesselink is fine, honestly. What team we're going to do here? Right, we're going to make the changes back, I think. Duarte has actually dropped off a cliff here a little bit, which is a shame, because I think he's really good. But he has lost it. So let's get Van Dongen in here. Do I swap Van Dongen and Ibue around? No, I'll leave it this way. Declan Glass is an enigma, because that isn't the right stat for him. But I'm going to tell him I need to see a bit more. If there's ever a time to have a word with him and warn him about his recent form, now's it. I need you to play better. And hopefully now he'll raise it for this game where I need my attacking mid to really be on it, right? Yeah, left back and right back, I'm going to be changing back here, I think. Easy decision. Still got goalkeeper injury, haven't we? Oh no, McCracken's back. That's helpful as well, just in case we do get a problem in goal. I much trust him over Devine. Tazand has got to go back in, hasn't he? Especially after the player. I mean, Bates scored, yeah, but and I think then that means that... Hang on, did he even do it? Yeah, and Bate now can go in for... I'm not been impressed by Campbell. I think Campbell, because I think Romano can play attacking mid, and he has got that 15 passing, which is very good for that place. But he's getting on now. He's not as good as he, so we'll get to it. So Devin Brinkby loading up FM myself now. Mate, that's the idea. Let us know what game you're going to play, or let us know what team you're with, mate. And let us know how you're getting on in the chat. Same goes to everyone else. I have put subscribers mode on tonight because there was 1 or 2 people who are coming in and just trying to be trolls as you get, you know. So it's like, okay. If people are really interested, it only takes you a minute. You know, got a sub. Give it a minute and you can be able to chat and join us all. And we have a lot of nice people like Devon today who've come in, and we always talk Football Manager and football generally. Let's look at this Southampton team quickly before we get to this one. Jamie Cumming in goal, top goalkeeper, obviously signed from Oxford. They've still got Bednarek. I mean, Downs, Berentia in centre mid's a good player for them. And I've heard of Rocco Simic. I think he's actually got a lot of potential to be a top striker. So let's get to it. I want you to pick off where you left off last time. I trust in you. I trust in you, boys. Get out there. Do a football, as they say on other channels. Go out there. Do the best you can, lads. And let's see. This is an opportunity for this team to make a statement for themselves, right? I wonder if we can do it. We're at home as well. No away kit, so that's really cool. Devin Brinkby, 2031, Inter, journeyman that started in Sweden, been all over the world and won it all. I think you're going to do well in life, mate, if you can manage that starting from the bottom. I mean, I started this is the 4th season of this one, you know, so we're not that far into it, but I still think I'll probably stick with Gillingham throughout this live stream, and then I'll probably, if I want to do another team, I'll just start a new live stream at a later date, right, or do a little series. But that's really cool to be into, you know. I've turned down some big job opportunities in this, like Schalke, for example, who are in the Bundesliga. Anyway, Southampton from distance there, a good strike, good effort from Setford to save it. Arda Güler plays it. Arda Güler's a funny one, isn't he? Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, that's a great strike from Dibbling off the bar. Pretty sure in real life he was meant to be a wonder kid that somewhere down the line people expected to be a top player. Wasn't he at Madrid, or am I wrong? It's not that Güler, was it, as a young player? But anyway, we're going to get the ball into the box now. Let me know if you know. But a bit of an enigma. Zukon linking up really well. I think we're competing well here against Southampton, and Hudson's going to get the strike away. Goalkeeper does very well to get his hands on it here. Bowie now's got the short corner option to Glass. They do really well linking up. I love the football. I don't understand why he passed back to the centre-back there, though, Amarisho. That was a bit weird. But anyway, probably doing Premier League things at a level where he's not, you know, when everyone else is probably thinking slightly different. I don't know. Anyway, Bowie's going to come forward. He's in. Second goal of the season for Axel Van Dongen, as I call him. Amarisho is probably the better way to call it. He's got such a long name. Like Venegar or Hesselink, but not as easy to say. Like how we've controlled and dominated the central placing there with the players. So, yeah, literally unbelievable. What is going on? It's 1-0. Let's go back to the chat here at the minute. You're playing Güler. What on earth? Yeah, I know. What on earth? I thought he was the wonder kid who's in real life. I think he's the one at Real Madrid, mate, isn't he, Arda Güler? So I think we're both on the same page here with that. I think you're bang on. Yeah, it's weird how he's ended up at Southampton. I guess they signed him when they were in the Premier League, perhaps. Can we go 2-0 up here? Southampton have got a super team, like was very well put there by Devon in the chat. And they got Simic in. Oh, and he has put it in. I was hoping we could get a bit of luck later. He's going to come back off the inside of that post and maybe just go right out for a throwing or something. But unfortunately for us, not on this occasion. And I like Barashino as well in centre mid. I think he's a great player. I think this Simic was at RB Leipzig, wasn't he? I think he's a youngster RB Leipzig in real life, maybe. I'll double check. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've got a relatively decent knowledge of where footballers come from. I was doing a live stream today, and the team we played in Hungary in the friendly, their centre-back I recognised from being a youth academy player from Wolves like 4 years ago. Sonka, his name was, Hungarian. Anyway, getting towards half-time, 1-1 here. Yeah, Devon, yeah, Rocco Simic too. Now this team should be top half of the Prem. I think if you were in charge of it, mate, and your journeyman, they probably would be. I think if I was in charge of it, they probably would be. But they're not. And, yeah, it's pretty much insane. I had a Preston team that got relegated on this to League One, and they had a Danish international wing. I think it was Okels. Like 16 million he was worth, and they were playing in the bottom, basically in the relegation zone of League One. They might even be in League Two now. It's insane. I'm going to say I'm not happy, because I kind of think we had the advantage in the door there, and we didn't really finish it when we could, right? So, you need to go out there. Southampton started to take more of this game. Amarucho's now also got a knock. And Temensnikov's having one of those games where he's not quite warmed up. However, he's got history with this, where you normally will play a 6.4, and all of a sudden he'll get a goal from nowhere. So I'm not going to panic just yet. Do we go for Romano in attacking mid? He won a penalty last time out. Let's give him an opportunity. Amarucha will get off here now as well, and I'm going to go for Tiffany, actually, because he's a bit more technically minded. He's not physically as good, but his technical skills, if we get a free kick... Oh, Romano! They're going to give that. In real life nowadays, you can't even like sneeze on a goalkeeper without it not being given. But I'm glad that was given, because it's a fair game to win that in the air, right? And this mega Southampton team that you'd think should be destroying us, they're not. They made a mistake. I'm going to get Semenzlik off for Venegor of Hesselink. I still think I want to give him more time. Controversial, we've got 20 minutes left, and I've still got a sub left. That's okay. It's different games for some reason. They have different amounts of subs, but they changed their formation. They brought on David Washington up top as well, and they got Blanco at left back. Oh my god, how are we beating this team, guys? Unbelievable. Zukon can come off for bait now just to finish off. Let's hold on here. What was going to be a famous win, 2-1. Oh no, it started to rain. Is it going to rain on our parade? They've hit the bar. Come on. Don't do this to me. Not now. Not now. Please. Come on. I've been a Leicester fan my entire life. Can you imagine the amount of games I've seen? Like, I'm talking 20 years ago when I first started watching football, where Leicester would like play really well against someone like Tottenham or something. Oh, it's a penalty. That was daft. Hang on. It's going to be a penalty. Please miss. Simic. What a save! Come on! Oh my god. Get rid of it. The football gods are in our favour. The rain coming down was protecting us. They've got another corner. Don't do it now. Get rid of it. Over a kick from Hookers. Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad that's over. I could have had a funny turn there at the end. We save a penalty. We somehow hold on. The XG at the end from them. Holy moly. But I'm so used to games like I was saying in real life, where you dominate a team when you're not as good as them and you know you're not. And then you end up losing in the last minute to like Man United. You're just like, oh, it's so gross, right? But anyway, well done, lads. We weren't at our best. I'm going to agree with that. But we got a result, and what a result that is. The penalty save from Setford. That could be a game which changes our entire season, because now we are 2 points off Leeds. Say we have Leeds next, that'll be amazing after the Carabao Cup. And also I can rotate for the cup here and save some legs now, because I know against this Luton team we can rotate and probably get away with it as well. Let's quickly check the schedule. Look at this. It's so weird, because last time out in the schedule, I mean, don't get me wrong, of course, the friendlies we didn't play. We obviously didn't win that many. And also the end of last season we went on a bit of a run where I think we only won 4 of the games in the entire live stream of the like 15 or 20 of them. But this time, my God, have we come back with some utter fire. Look at this. And it's not 1-0. There's no 1-0 in sight. It's either 2 or 3-0. There's only one game we haven't scored away at home, and that was the one actually we were close into it. I'll take that. Oh, who did I say I want next? We've got Leeds away next, guys. Honest to God, you couldn't write this script. It's almost falling into place that Gillingham are going to make something of this. I think we can beat Leeds away from home. Can we do it? If we do that, guys, we are literally looking incredibly good, right? I can't believe he saved that penalty. I'm still, like, stunned. What a moment. It was such a strong penalty as well from Simic. But I don't know. But let's do this Luton game a minute here anyway and get this one out of the way. Hopefully we can get through the 5th round and get a nice draw against someone big. I'd like to take on Arsenal or Chelsea or someone right now, because we've played Forest and Brighton. Against Brighton, we were very competitive as well. It was extra time. Oh, we got offered a job as well, everyone. Not that we're going to take it. Obviously, we're sticking with Gillingham, but it is with Lille as well. I mean, that is a big job offer for a championship manager. That is amazing. Where are they, man? They're 12th in League 1. I mean, they're a huge club. I mean, if you went to Lille, you could take them to the Champions League very easily, couldn't you? I think Haraldson's a very good player. He's very underrated. Look at his determination, flair, and dribbling. Very good. I'll tell you what, if there's any country in the world for Football Manager wonder kids you don't want to overlook, it's Iceland. Iceland, and they got a guy at he's at Dusseldorf right now, I believe, in real life, called Johansson, who's an attacking mid. If you see him, watch out for him. I think he's going to be a hell of a player long term. I think he'll end up in a big club in a minute. We're going to decline the interview. I know, devastating, right? But that's a really good opportunity. But it gives me ideas for other saves we're going to do somewhere down the line. Right, let's pick this team for Luton. Do we go with Setford today? I guess no, because I think... sorry, we go with Setford. We'll give McCracken a... Oh, I don't know. Do we go McCracken today? No, I can't do it. He's terrible. I'm not going to talk myself into it, but I'm going to make changes at the back here for everyone else. It's going to be Talarov and Easton. Trying to keep this playing time happiness happy as well. I don't want to destroy the social groups too much. Oh, and that's good as well. Notice how we had a problem with Bait not getting into the social group. It appears they've done the karaoke on the club night out and they've got him into the first group now. So happy with that. When you have 4 social groups, your happiness is going to drop quickly and your team cohesion isn't going to be good. So I'm happy the changes we made this summer, whereby we were forced to sell 3 major players, have really worked fine. You know, that's good. Malarkey can come in. I'm looking at the condition here to see who I don't really want to feature. Bates going to go in as the regista. Do we have a Campbell today? I think we do. Give Campbell a run out as DM. Attacking mid Romano after coming on and doing so well. Tiffany's not fit, but to be fair, he needs a run out because he's getting arsey already. And up top, we're going to go for Venegar Hesselink. Sanko can have a go on the bench today. It will just be it'll be the nicest problem in the world to have Sanko all of a sudden come on and get a hat trick or something and just make me look stupid. I think that is literally something he could do as well. But he's mostly got finishing when it comes to heading, not actually his feet. So, right, we're going to go for a Banquer. Hutton, yeah, okay, that's fine. No one from the under 18s. I don't think we need to bother with that. But anyway, let's get to this match now, guys. Big one. Devin Brinkley, I second that. Great shout, mate. In it. This is a fun save, guys. Honestly, I really enjoyed this. I mean, you go into it with just the intention of making it entertaining, you know, and engaging. But, I mean, you can't script a result like that in the last game, can you? And actually, a lot of changes for Luton today from last time. Only Chong really remains in Baptiste. So, that's interesting. We are away at the classic Luton ground, which if you've ever seen in real life, as you probably know, is very interesting when you walk through some terrace houses and a hole in the middle of like a row of terrace houses to get to the away end. It's a fascinating football ground, very old school. Tiffany plays in a corner now, goes to the near post. We got a 50% split with our corners. 50% go into the near post on our outswinger, 50% come short. Oh, he should have done better. That was a poor shot. So the mix of the two being split 50-50 works quite well because sometimes we will just bing it in there, other times we will go short. We generally do better with a short corner, but I think having the one to the near post and you know the outswinger kind of helps as well. It's a bit different. It's hard to defend against. But anyway, Luton now got the ball and it's played through Easton read really well there, but unfortunately it's a sloppy pass. We do really well at getting the ball back though, especially if we're in position. Chong's in, gonna score. Luton 1, Gillingham 0. We might have to sacrifice this competition, unfortunately, a little bit because we had made these changes. But overall, when you're in third place in the championship with this team and this budget, the priority is the championship because an automatic promotion spot, and that's going to be £180 million this club has. This is life-changing money to Gillingham, life-changing for the club. And something, with all due respect, I don't think is ever going to happen in real life for Gillingham. And I feel sorry for them because it's a long way up from where they are now. But Teese coming forward here, maybe going to make it 2. Setford does well. Covers it off well. Going to be a corner in now as we get towards half-time. Headed over the top at the near post. Unfortunate, but there we go. One of those that goes over the top of the bar. They've had a lot more of this game, and Malarkey's got a lot. Pulled. Why does he... It's so weird. Do you see what it said there? It said he's got pulled wrist ligaments. I mean, I'm sorry. Unless he's going to go and sort himself out, I don't need to take him off, do I? I mean, what? It's your wrist. You don't need your wrist to play football. Let's just strap it up, mate. Come on. I do watch a lot of ice hockey. I do wonder if sometimes football is a little bit pathetic. And that's a penalty to Luton. And it's Campbell. Oh, that was so slack of him to do that. Morley's going to take... if I was going to take a result, I'd prefer to get the win against Leeds and lose this one. There's no doubt about it. But disappointing because I would like to have a good run. I think when you're near the top of the championship, there's an outside chance if you can get a good draw in the cup, especially the Carabao Cup, you might get to a semi-final. That's terrible. And also, Malarkey's playing terrible at left-back, to be fair. Comes inside now to Morris. Plays inside. Morley gets his shot away. The referee's trying to get out of the way because the ball's heading straight towards him. Tiffany's back defending, but he can't get the ball here, and he's not getting close enough. We're not quite getting into these tackles, and some of these performances are shocking today, aren't they, from Fred and people? I'm going to go absolutely mad here. What is this? Berate them? Come on. You can't be having 6.0s and 6.2s. We're meant to have depth in this team, guys. What are you doing? Baptiste comes forward. Talarov does well. Right, do something. What was that? What was the purpose of kicking it forward? Didn't you think in your head for 1 second, Mr. Hesselink, that, oh, I'm the striker. There's no one ahead of me on the pitch. Morris is in on that and he has scored. That was naive. I don't understand why you would ever do that as a striker. If you're going to do that to yourself as a striker, wouldn't you play it in front for yourself to run onto rather than just kick it towards the goalkeeper like an utter moron? Briggs is going to come on here. I'm going to make some changes. I'm annoyed now. I think Sanko can come on as well, actually. Give him an opportunity. Let's make it a problem. Malarkey's terrible, but I don't really want to bring the legs off because Adamoah needs some rest for a Leeds game, so we're already ruined anyway. We might as well stick with it. Ball played forward now. Is it going to be 4? What an effort from Chong. And the only disappointing thing is in this game is that it means that Setford's had a bad game, which is not good because I think he was in a good run of form. But it is still 3-0 here. And I think it's going to finish for Tiffany's having a shocker, isn't he? Oh, I just can't believe how bad some of these guys are playing. I mean, I'm already creating a short list in my head of people that I think are going to be going in the January transfer window. I think Tiffany's on that list at the moment. I think we can get £1 million for him. Just thinking about our club finance. I think we can then look at next season and getting players in. We're out of the Carabao Cup in the 4th round. I mean, okay. I'm going to say I'm not happy with that. Why would I be suggested to say, oh, bad luck? 6.0, 6.2, 6.3, 5.9. No, I'm not having that. Not having that. You can lose this game 3-0 and give me 7s, and it's just a bit like, oh, well, we just had an off day for finishing. But you can't do that. That's hideous. Yeah, and he's got a damaged wrist. He's out for 3 days. Ridiculous. Oh, interesting. I didn't know Sanko was a youngster at Stoke. Interesting. Oh, he was. Isn't that fascinating? Back in the Championship like many years ago. Cool, and he's done some work at Stuttgart as well. Anyway, on to Leeds next, guys. This is a big one, right? I mean, has there been a bigger game this season? Probably not. Here we come, Leeds United. I mean, goodness me, this team's got some pedigree, hasn't it? I'll kind of have a look at their team in a minute, just so we get on. I'll tell you what we'll do first. If you look here, look. They've got Nonto still, Perot. Morton was very good for them. Bragana's good as well, actually. Yeah, Braganza, sorry. Sturrock's good as well, actually. I think Myler in real life is actually pretty terrible, but for some reason in this game he's really good, right? But anyway, I need to quickly top up my water and have 2 minutes, guys, before we get to the Leeds game. So what we'll do is we'll do another short break. My apologies for this. I do need to get some water, and it's a long way away from the computer. So I will be back in 2 minutes, and then we're going to get to what is the biggest match so far. Because once again, if I quickly say this again, if we win, we go ahead of them in the league table. We'll go into the automatic places. So let's see how we get on. I'll see you in 2 minutes. And thanks again, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button while I'm gone. Cheers. Right, we're back, guys. Thanks for waiting there for a second. I've got to save my voice a little bit at times because I did so many live streams this week on this channel and also on the Leicester one that, my voice has been a little bit croaky, so I've got to kind of watch it and keep it in the right place as well. It's amazing when you chat so much rubbish in life how your voice can end up going. It's almost like karma, isn't it? But there we go. Anyway, we're going to get to this big Leeds United game now. Going to tell Hutton off for his training. He's obviously getting a little bit stroppy because he wants a new contract, but the reality is he's actually not worth a new deal for his stats either. I mean, perhaps actually what I need to do is then get a new right back in. I think if we get a new right back in January, you know, someone who's going to be better than Jerumi and someone who's going to be better than Hudson, I think that would be quite helpful. Got to start thinking about plugging some holes with more quality. And also, I've just realised that I've got the stream named wrong for probably the last 5 streams because it's now season 4, not season 2. So I'm going to have to go back at the end of the stream and change them all to make sure they're correct and make sure they match up with what season we were actually in. But there we go. Let's get picking the team now anyway. It's going to be Charlie Setford, obviously back in goal. Didn't have a good one last time out, but it is what it is. Now, okay. We'll go for Hutton. I think he's got the best connectivity with a lot of the boys. We're going to go for Amqua and Masterson again, or Abanqua, sorry. I think it was the other way around I had them. I've probably forgotten, but no, Masterson I think on the left's better. On the right, sorry, is better. Adam Rother's out, which is a shame because Malachi played terrible last time. Makes me think maybe I should actually go with Jerumi and Hutton at left back because he can invert as a left back. Yeah. Malarkey played so badly last time. I don't really want to touch him in this game. I don't think it will work. He'll get overrun completely. Tazan's also got a slight knock as well, so it's going to be Bate and Zukon coming into midfield. Up in the attacking mid, I think we're going to go for, obviously, Temenznikov up top. Van Dongen we're going to go for on the left. Patterson's been a big miss for us, surprisingly, because he's performed very well with the 9 games so far, 5 goals and 3 assists. But we'll go for a Bowie on the right, because I do like his chaos. And attacking mid-centre, I think still got to be Declan Glass because I still think he connects better. Romano's done very well, though, actually. For someone I've written off, I think he's actually done pretty well in the circumstances. Let's add to the bench here Talarov. Yeah, put Talarov on. Campbell, Romano. And I think then we go for Duarte, Tiffany and Venegorov Hesselink. Logan Briggs, there's some fitness issues creeping as well, which I expect because of obviously where we are and also what we got to do during the season, really. But there we go. Anyway, got some connectivity up top now between Temenznikov and Glass as well. That could be an extra edge here as Leeds put out obviously a team which really could be in the Premier League. Ramazani or however you say it did really well against us last time. Go out there and show you got the world what it takes. Everyone's watching us. We're probably live on Sky because I'd love to make some money out of this game, wouldn't they? Joel Pereira up top as well at this level. In good news for us, though, there is no Nonto, which I think is a bonus because I really rate Nonto. I think he's got a lot of ability to him. Gillingham in our pink kit, which is my favourite kit, so I'm happy with that. And as you can see in the chat, I've turned off subscribers mode just to give everyone an opportunity. If they're not subscribed, to have a chat as well. Just keep it respectful, guys. I don't want any comments I've had earlier on the Leicester thing where we were getting Jeffrey Epstein stuff. It's like, it's a football chat. It's not the time and place for it. And Devon, let me know you're getting on with your Inter Milan save. You're still around, mate. I'm intrigued to know. Have you still got Esposito around? Because in this save, he's at Blackburn in the Championship. And he's someone I might look to try and nick off them if we can get ourselves promoted. I think he could be a leading man for us in the Premier League. Anyway, Perot comes forward now. Leeds are going to build up here quite nicely. Bogle comes inside. Good save from Setford. His one-on-ones are getting better, luckily, in the circumstances. Morley Silla's going to take the corner here, short to Morton. They've got a short corner, which is looking dangerous as well. Hopefully, Amarusho can now launch a counter-attack. They got some pace as well. This is a good team. This is a real test for us in this season. I mean, if we lose this, I'm going to probably say there's not going to be an automatic promotion chance about us doing some swervy things in January, right, in order to be able to maybe make some, substantial improvements in places. But I'm considering the finances because I don't want the club to be £5 million in the red at the end of the season. I don't think that's a responsible way to run us. Hull are 2-0 up against Blackburn. Hull are having a great season. Anyway, so throwing down RN, Masterson links up with Jerumi. Back to Setford, who goes long. Temenznikov's trying to win it there. Does really well in the middle there. Glass Poor strike, really, but I've got to give the credit to centre mid for winning those midfield duels there where they had to. They had to literally get involved there and win that battle. That's the only way we're going to do it is by getting in Leeds' face and just trying to really pressure them off the ball with our press, right? 1 minute of added time, 0-0. A draw wouldn't be a disaster here, but I'm still going to say I'm far from pleased in the circumstances, but there we go. Devon, yeah, doing all right. Profundi and Haaland tearing up Serie A, like Endrick and the world's best midfielder, Jose Lucas, with 198 potential. Lost to United recently low in the Champions League. No, that's all right, mate. In real life, Man United aren't getting anywhere near the Champions League. You've got nothing to worry about as a Chelsea fan. And all I can say to that is, ha, 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 ha. Sorry. I mean, you deserve it. Your team's rubbish. And also, let's be frank, your team's full of utter mercenaries who want 250k a week without playing well. A buoy! Woohoo! Come on. Some people would say I'm a tough love kind of manager, and that would be realistic. I will have the difficult conversation. I'll be a very honest person. I'll say to them, look, you know, we're away at Leeds. You know, you can look at the status, you look at the stature of Leeds United, but you can look at what we're doing in this game, and they've dominated. We haven't done enough. This is huge. This will put us right behind Hull, and Hull are off to a stinker. They're 5 points clear of us already. But my word, we are 1-0 up here with our one shot on target, and the system's working well. We're going to tick into the 70th minute. Time for a change here. And Marusso's going to come off here for Duarte's having an opportunity, and Declan Glass off as well, I think. And we'll go for Romano, who is having a bit of a redemption arc here for me, which is interesting because I thought he was on the chopping block. Devin Brinkley, you can only laugh for United. I mean, if you're a United fan, you probably cried many, many tears. But I always find it funny, mate, because like I'm a Leicester fan, as you know, and like we've got a younger generation of Leicester fans. They've obviously come in since the Premier League win. Oh, it's going to be in. It's a great goal, Petrovic, 1-0. Going to encourage them here, and like they almost have a bit of a Man United fan mentality because they're only used to Leicester winning all the time, and like I think when you're used to your team winning all the time and all of a sudden they are terrible, the fans really just can't cope. They seem to lose their heads. Man United fans just seem to be utterly all over the place, right? They can't understand. But when you're someone like Leicester, you know, you see the ups and downs that the entire game can bring. So you're kind of ready to get smacked by a punch at any minute because you know it's coming. Oh, come on, we want to win this, otherwise Leeds might get away from us. Come on. Have we got anything left in this team that we can do now? I don't think we do. 7 minutes of added time. I mean, a point is a great result away at Ellen Road, and we've got the opportunity at home to maybe get back at them. And, you know, I guess we'll take it. It's a nice point, but disappointing not to win it. We were ahead, but I'm going to say, well done. You've proved people wrong and not losing. Temesnikov had a bad game, so there's not a lot you can do about that. He has them now and again, but yeah, okay, that's fine. I still expect Leeds to drop a few points along the way. As long as we can keep ourselves in these playoffs, right? And we've got Stoke away next, so we should be beating. I think we're in a really good spot here. Really good spot. I'm getting offered, like, free transfers in the scouting area as well. We're losing £1 million a month. This is quite a lot of money. It shows you we can't really sustain this without selling players. It's a bit of a worry. It does make me think I haven't really got this transfer budget. Oh, on that note, I do want to buy these clauses out because I kind of think it's cheating. Oh, they're saying that. No, why am I buying out this clause? Because I'm not going to. He's not going to play 50 games, so why would I give them the money? No, I'm being daft, aren't I? What's Koshi's 50% sell-on clause? 800,000. Hang on, guys. I'm a glutton in this game. If anyone, a lot of you have been here for a few streams, you know what I do. Every time I try and get a sale, I want 50% of the next sell on every player, right? I mean, will Bristol City sell this guy for a profit? They don't seem to want to play him, and so maybe I should take the 800k now. I mean, 50% of the profit. We sold him for $1 million. We might get 2 if we wait because of 4.5, right? But I wonder if they don't play him, he's going to regress. We'll come back to that, but that's an interesting thought because that will cover off a month's losses just by one bit of transfer business, right? So there are things we could definitely do to get around it. Let's push forward here a minute. Hull's manager wins manager of the month again. I think I was second again, actually. Hang on. No, third this time. I've actually won this award. Graham Potter's in charge of the Leeds. That's hilarious. And Richie Wellens, obviously Richie Wellens played for Leicester, so I know Richie Wellens very well. Still got A+ ratings, which is good. Still got excellent support, which is good. Can't complain on that at all. Let's keep moving forward to this Stoke game at the minute. Devon Brinkley, you can only laugh. Like, yeah, I also got a 210 centimetre Canadian centre back as world class. Mate, I love Canada. Canada are like my second national team. I always look out for them. I'm a big Canada guy. I feel like I'm more Canadian than English, honestly. His centre back partner is only 95 centimetres, the best in the world, and happened with Chelsea in 20. Yeah, you're right, mate. It did. This is true. This is true. Right. Stoke away. They just won their last game and they've gone up. Stoke have finished in the playoffs quite regularly in the save, so keep skipping forward here. No one's coming towards me being upset with their playing time as much as last year, which is good. I like that. It means I've got the right amount of players for the right amount of squad status. I do like to lean on the hot prospect or the youngster one because they generally don't expect to play in the first team then. Tiffany is literally not even bothered in training, so he's definitely going in January. If we could get £2.5 million for this bloke, we paid 25k for him. I mean, it's superb, right? I mean, the thing is, his mentals are going down quite a lot now. Now he's getting towards 30, so it makes sense really to try and get him off for some profit. Right, what team have we got in? Who's back fit? Tazan's back fit, so he's going back in. I think he's better at that. Bate can go back on the bench here for Campbell. Adamola's going to go back in at left back, obviously. Shirumi can swap background for Hutton. Shirumi can go on the bench here for Talarov. I really think Malachi's let me down quite a lot so far. I'm very disappointed with him, but he's on one of my longest contracts, so I'll still give him a little bit of time here. And I think everyone else kind of picks itself right. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we go with this, guys. This is the team today. Once again, got some connectivity going. Hopefully in a minute we'll see the wingers and the fullbacks actually get a bit more connected, which will help the performances as well. Stoke have got Victor Johansson in goal, I rate. He's an ex-Leicester youngster. He's a very good goalkeeper. Wouterberger as well is a good player for them. And actually, Marhoff has done remarkably well for them in the circumstances as well. Right, I trust you to make a difference, boys. Let's go. Away at Stoke. You know you're a good championship team when you can do it on a cold, windy night away at Stoke, as the famous saying in football, right? One of the most difficult places to go play football because it's got a past reputation of being a muddy pitch with long throw-ins in from Rory to Lat back in the day with Tony Pulis, if you remember those. They're in 9th place. We're in 3rd. I can't believe we're in 3rd, guys. It is. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. And once again, we're back in the pink kit, which seems to serve us so well, right? So, yeah, this is excellent stuff. Let's see how we get on today. I'm really chuffed with this level of performance. Chuffed, what a British word to use. I've not used that for years. I feel like I've gone back to the 1940s. My God. I'm chuffed. What a spiffing performance. Monocle round my eye. Cigarette in hand. Anyway, glass. Oh, Johansson. Had it covered. It goes over the top of the crossbar. Very close in the circumstances. 2 shots for us, 1 for them. Keeping the game nice and tight. They're matching up with the 4-2-3-1 as well. And I think that's found them a lot of good results so far. Brentford have won up against West Brom, which puts them ahead of us in the league table. Johansson with a goal kick now for Stoke. Zukon plays it back here. We're trying to win this midfield battle. Stoke, so far I say Stoke are probably getting the edge on us. Rivera-Lo's been tackled well by Hutton there. Hutton plays at the glass. Bit sloppy with the ball control, unfortunately, but he isn't really this standard. He just happens to connect well. Good ball in to Menzlikov. Was it offside though? Yeah, arms gone up. I did wonder when I saw the way the ball moved, and Leeds are 3-0 up over Sunderland. Holy moly. Right, 2 minutes have gone through there. I've added time. I'm far from pleased because neither teams have high XG in this one. We are better than this, guys. Hutton down to Glass. Glass comes inside. Amarucho up to Adamola. Oh, and he puts it across. They lack the finish. That's the one thing he's not very good at, unfortunately, Adamola. I've said this about our fullbacks. I mean, they both got a lot of pace and they both got a lot of things they can contribute to the forward element of the game. I think their positioning at times is got a lot to be desired. That's where we fail. But attack is the best form of defence and it's serving us well. Bowie's in. Oh, and it's a good save from Johansson. Literally was going in the corner. He's managed to get across there and take it out. Abui the corner in. Tazan can pick it up now. Are we going to lose this or are we going to keep going? Abui in to Arvis at the near post. I still think we might need to make some changes here. Hutton's not having a good game. Let's give Jirumi another go. And also I'm covering off a yellow card. Hutton, though, comes inside as I say that. Oh, and he gets a shot on goal. Imagine if he'd scored then. That would have literally been it. He would have seen his number coming up and gone, I need to score a goal now. Looks like we're really being the more assertive team this second half. Our gone. It's across the middle. How did it go behind Tazan there? It should have ended up on his foot and he should have buried it. Jarumi, once again, a little bit sloppy with his ball control. And Rivera now can come forward into the space. Oh, yo, that was a lucky one. Divine missed an open net. If you're in the Premier League, that's where they punish you, right? And that's what worries me. That was a bit poor. Ibue's going to come off in a minute here, and I think it's going to be Tiffany to come on. Try and use his technical ability to make something happen here, especially his free kick taking. A Banquo now back to Masterson, who can come forward. Zook onto Glass, who links up very nicely. Glass does a good job at linking play. He might have been on 6.6, but he's actually done better than that. Jarumi to Glass! I was just talking him up, curse of the commentator, in a positive manner, and he scores. Excellent job from Declan Glass here. Got him on a free transfer a couple of years ago now, and he's been utterly brilliant for us. Jarumi across there. Great finish from Glass. I love it. This is what we do. This is the style we're playing. You see how many players are in the middle waiting for that? Literally, get ourselves into a position where you play the right pass in, a lethal pass. You give the goalkeeper no chance in those situations, right? I think Tazan's going to have to come off here with 15 minutes to go. It's going to be Bait to come on. Have I got any more subs? No, that's it. So 10 minutes to go here now. It's all our subs. Can we get our second towards the back post? Edine clears it. Giroud up to Bait. Bait plays it in. I swear that sometimes I'm saying Barté rather than Bait, and I don't even know why I'm doing it, guys, so don't give me crap for it. It just seems to be a blind spot I can't seem to get round right, but anyway. Oh, Bait's gone in there. He was lucky. Rivera's in to equalise. Oh, yeah, that's so disappointing. Let's encourage him to get something out of this. I mean, long term, have we got enough depth and have we got enough quality to go automatically? Probably not. Do we have enough to get in the playoffs? I think so far we do. But the problem is, I think there's two teams above us right now in Leeds and Hull that look like they're on a stormer. Although I say that, Hull are currently losing 3-0 to Birmingham, who are 7th in the league. So perhaps there is a bit of movement, but I do wonder about Brentford right here. Brentford are still really good, right? They're probably one of the favourites. Going to be an away draw, back-to-back away draws, but it is 2 more points towards the total. I'm going to say it's disappointing we didn't win that. I think Stoke are going to end up mid-table, so you kind of want to get 3 points there. Yeah, they're about 10th, aren't they? So Wrexham are really struggling this year. I think in real life that'll be similar as well. Now we've got an international break for 14 days. I probably better not holiday it like last time, because I'm probably going to miss out conversations with people like Hutton wanting more money. So I'm better off just clicking through as quick as I can here. And then when the opportunity comes up to have a word with them, I will have a word with them. What's amazing is that, Atletico Bilbao have offered us a job. Tell you what, guys, we're obviously setting a reputation for ourselves, because that's now probably the biggest job we've got so far. Athletic have offered us the job in the Spanish First Division. Decline, we're still sticking with Gillingham. But it's interesting, it's giving me ideas, right? McCracken's out for 2 days again. I love his name. Unfortunately, McCracken doesn't suit what he's like in goal. He's McCrappen actually half the time, but there we go. I swear we're going to have a player come up to us any minute now and say, I want more money, or I want this, or I want that. So I'm just waiting for it rather than holidaying just through, right? Because I know it's coming. And to be fair, some of them are underpaid now, but I don't think really. I mean, the one that's asking for it, Hutton, I mean, look, he's not really even championship quality. It's just by a bit of luck and chance that we've managed to get him around this. And people were interested around 4.5 million, but he's not good enough, is he? It just so happens he performs better than his statistics. And that's why he's keeping his place for now. But I think right back is something we've really got to upgrade. And before we get to the end of the episode tonight, I'll definitely be having a scout around to see. Tiffany again. I think your standards are too low. Right, your transfer lists are had enough. Right. Okay, transfer list. See you later. I'm doing it now, literally. You can go in the reserves. I'm not having it. He's done this so many times. The problem is we get to a position where there's one person playing badly in training and it's normally him. And I just get wound up because he's going to let other people are going to, drop it as well. So 2.8 million quid. See if we can get that sorted. I know it's early to make the offers out there, but we are getting towards December. And you know me, guys, when we get to December, if I like to get the transfer business done early so we know what we're doing. I disagree. I don't think you're being realistic. They're recalling this dude. They hate me. That's fine. Luckily, it's from a club which I don't really... Montpellier. I mean, I'm not going to be getting players off loan on Montpellier in the future anyway, so I'm not worried about damaging my reputation with the manager over there. It's fine. He's not been good enough. Come on, Temensnikov has just got a hellacious shot on him. I'm surprised no one's come forward yet, but I do wonder, they're on international break, aren't they? So they're probably too busy. Middlesbrough at home next. I mean, we should be winning this. And last time out, we did beat them quite comprehensively. They've really declined in the game recently, so we should be able to get a good result here. As we've got 3 days to go. It's amazing how quick January comes. Tiffany wants to talk to me. There we go. Wants to talk about current asking price. No offers for him. Oh, the only offers we're going to get are from teams that got no blooming money. Right, I will reduce it. I mean, to be honest, if I get £1 million for this bloke, it's not bad, is it? Because he only cost me 25k. Let me just double check I got that right. Career history. Yeah, 25,000. We're in League 2 and we're in the Championship now. So I think if we can get anything even for him, it would be pretty good. But obviously, £1 million could be better. I'll lower your asking price. Preds talk about. Can we negotiate a fair one? What do I consider fair? 2 million. 1.9. Okay, fine. Why that 100k makes such a frigging difference, I don't know. But if Preston have got 1.9 million quid, that's fine. And what did Scott Tiffany say there? I believe he decided to move on from any issues how you treated him in the past because I accept an acceptable asking price. Great. There's never been a more friendlier departure from any club in history, has there? It's like, by the way, mate, F you, I'm off. Yeah, all right, mate, no worries, yeah. In good news, he's not any good anyway, really, now for this level, so we'll get him out the door, and I think we'll invest in a right back, eh? I think that's probably the way we want to go. A Banquet is becoming a very good defender. He's getting better by the day. As you can see, his stats are going up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think the nice thing is his physicals are going to lean into these getting a lot better very quickly, and he's got the mentals in the right place, so happy. What did he cost us? It was quite a lot, wasn't it? 850k. I think that's my most expensive signing I've made in this save, ironically. So that is quite a lot of money. Tiffany again, stop it. You're out. Bye. He really can't be bothered. I'm going to sack him off to the reserves in a minute. He's annoying me. Honest to God. I swear he's like the bad kid at school. He's sat in the back of the class flicking friggin' like balls of paper at me, like spitting them or something. You know, we all know these kids, they exist, but... And who's this guy with an afro in our reserve? Josh Doherty. His determination's 20. I mean, that can lead something. I mean, with that haircut, I don't think he's got any future as a footballer. Anyway, let's get to picking the squad now. Right, Setford. We're going to go, obviously, for... And I do think right-back's something we've got to improve in January. I think it's a natural progression now to move past Hutton as well. Adamola, I think, will be back up in the future as well. But for the moment, he still should get better age 23 or 24. Yeah, Masterson, Abanqua, going to be McCracken on the bench, Jarumi. I want to change Jarumi's squad playing time, but it's going to upset him. Let's try. I'll persuade him. I feel I'm lucky there. Because they respect me, I'm going to get away with this a bit more. But I'm changing him to a squad player because I just don't think he's good enough to be an important player. And I think it will help his playing time satisfaction, right? Which means because he's one of the only ones that's concerned. There's a couple here, yeah, maybe. I don't know why Patterson's concerned. He's been playing a lot. I mean, Tiffany's going. So, yeah, I mean, as long as we can sort him out, because we want to keep him as a backup option, he's got some saleability in the future for me to be able to move him on for some money. I think that's really worth doing. What's our schedule look like? I'm a bit concerned we have a run of games now, aren't we? Yeah, we've got Bristol City on Wednesday, who are in 8th, so I think we do want to slightly rotate for this, actually. Right, no, I will go for Jarumi today. Just to keep an eye on this condition, right? Yes, we'll go with Bate and Zukon today. Tazan can have a place on the bench. Actually, no, he could be rested for this one. I'll go for Campbell. He'll be starting the next game against Bristol City as my register, right? Right hand side, Abue. Left hand side, Van Dongen. Attacking mid-centre, Glass. Actually, no, let's give Romano a go, guys. Why not? He's younger than... he's technically better than Glass. Let's give him an opportunity. Patterson can come back on the bench. Tiffany's going to be gone. No one wants him, do they? No clubs are interested. I do think he's going to price himself out of a move here with this money. I think I'm going to have to sell him for like £1 million at best, but like, you know, is that going to be a bargain for someone at a lower level? Possibly. Right, let's get to it. Let's get to it anyway. There will be some change into the second half to try and make sure the legs are right for Bristol City, which is a really big game for us, but let's get to the match now. Gillingham versus Middlesbrough. Steven Gerrard's in manager of Middlesbrough. Oh my word. Carrick, Gerrard, they've had all the ex-players around, haven't they? And they've got Dale Fry still at centre-back there. The Finnish winger Fours on the wing as well. Right, guys, I have faith in you. Get out there and do a football thing. Imagine if Giroud can actually just get to where we want him to get to. That would be the best thing possible if Giroud managed to find that bit of form we've been looking for him to do. Just that little bit extra. I mean, technically, he can play right winger. So us picking the right back might not suit him. Do you know what I mean? But, hey, all in all, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. We keep trucking forward here anyway. And we're at home, so what else can you ask for this one? Ironically, their striker Grant we looked at and we were going to consider bringing him before Temensnikov. I think Temensnikov has been a much more better decision. Even if he has games where he doesn't turn up, to be fair. Morris, good effort. Goes over the top corner. Setford diving across there to make sure he has it covered. I think he did have it covered, luckily. And he's still been one of the shining stars for me this season. Jerumi's going to play it forward now. Amarusha can get on the end of this. Can he get the ball across? He plays it back out. Adamoma's in. Great goal from Abui. That's a good thing he can do as well. He's got a header on him, which is quite rare for someone of his position and size, but he's got a good jumping reach. Really technically superb. That's a great, great header for a crowd of players to win that ball, to set yourself against 2 or 3, and to get it over everyone. Great stuff. Gillingham 1, Middlesbrough 0. And we're heading back up the league table, guys. This is exciting stuff. Bereza plays a ball in. Oh, I literally jinxed it, didn't I? I literally jinxed that. And it's 1-1. It's Lenihan at the back post. Something we're not good at that positioning there. What was he doing? Why wasn't he challenging? Who was it next to him there? Yeah, you could put your hands on your head, but he was right by you, mate. He was literally in your blinkers in. You didn't see him, like in your blind spot. Romano comes forward now and plays it back to Masterson, Goes forward to Bate. Bate to Masterson. We've got them hemmed into their half here. Just looks like a little bit of a quality ball. Amarusho does really well there to find Adamola. They're getting some good link-up play together now. Bate from distance and Morero, the goalkeeper, through a crowd, has pulled off a really good save there. Ibui's going to take the corner now. Romano towards the near post. And I don't quite know how we didn't get another flick on that before the goalkeeper got it, because he was in front of him. But Middlesbrough feel relieved. It's still 1-1 here. We don't want to drop any more points, really. It's going to throw us right into a playoff battle. But Masterson to Bate. Bate up to Giroud. Come on, Giroud. Plays it inside. He's good at this part of the game, getting forward up the pitch. Is when he's back here, I'm a bit more worried about him. Good reading of the game there, though. He's trying to prove me wrong. Masterson down to Abanqua. Forward here to Amaruzzo. Adamola coming down the left-hand side. Good stuff to keep off force there. Bate comes inside. Unfortunately lost it, but we're going to get it back and he's hit the bar. To be fair to him, he was very quick at getting back to that central midfield position there, wasn't he? And just getting himself back relevant to his position. And it is 1-1 at half-time. I'm far from pleased, lads. Let's get out there and do some more. And it will be a big 45 minutes for us. I don't really want to drop points here, but I've got to consider legs again as well. I know people think I'm probably managing legs too much, but the reality is that we know we are playing the Gegenpress, right? So we've got to be a little bit considerate. Campbell's not been a good signing. He might have to go in January. Anyway, Fred's going to come on the left-hand side. Now Fred Duarte, our Portuguese flair player. Adamola's in. It's in from Temesnikov. Took a little bit of smash and grab, but we managed to force it into the back of the net there, right on the line. Gillingham 2, Millwall 1. Happy days are here again. That's more like it. Now, this time, don't be stupid and give away a goal straight away, for goodness sake. Otherwise, I'm going to be very upset with you all. I even tempted to change the centre-backs to try and stop it. Romano's not had a good game, has he? Amazing, he comes off the bench and looks very effective. As soon as you start him, he just isn't that, which is quite interesting. Aziz coming forward. Grant. Oh, Grant scored. Oh, I almost feel like they're toying with us a little bit. It's almost like they know they can score a goal. Bate tripped over himself there on the ball. And then Grant comes inside and, yeah, it was just, yeah, Yeah. Yeah, not happy with that. Masterson could come off after that. I think he could have made a crunching tackle there. Don't say it was offside, no. I mean, I thought he was like 2 or 3 yards onside, but it would be ridiculous for no VAR in the Championship that would be given if he wasn't. Easton comes forward now. He's a bit more manoeuvrable than Masterson, but Masterson's got a bit more better in the air. Oh, and Fred scored! Yes. Fred's due a goal as well. His performances have dropped recently, so I'm happy to see him come off the bench and fire one into the top corner there. Fred has come off the bench and scored. Come on. When he was starting last season, he was probably our best winger in the entire team. Since we've done this summer business with a Bowie coming in, Van der Dongen, all of a sudden he's fallen down the pecking order. But I'll give him credit there. He stepped up and had a great effort to get on in the back of the net. I want us to focus now for the last 10 minutes and just see if we can ride this out to a 3-2 victory. Middlesbrough have got a goal in their game, so it's not 100% certain that Bowie's going to take it now on a free kick. Can he curl it into the back of the net? Plays it off to Menzlikov. Come on! 9th of the season for our Bulgarian international striker. Ex-Leeds United Academy prospect. Great strike. I always say this about him. It's not where he hits the ball as a forward. It's how hard he always hits it. Every time he strikes the ball in this game, he hits it really hard. Can we get a 5th? Fred, he does. 5. Gillingham 5. Middlesbrough 2. And that's what you call job done. And we gave him a little bit there to get excited about, but ultimately we are dominant in this one. And Middlesbrough, in my opinion, might be looking over their shoulders at a relegation. Bigger clubs have fallen in this save so far, already down to League 2. So there we go. Devon, go on. You're right, mate. Well said. Great result. Great result. Well done, lads. And we did manage to save a couple of legs, in theory, ready for Bristol, who obviously is 7th place right now. But look at this. I think we're comfortably in the playoffs, guys. And actually, with Hull getting hammered by Birmingham, all of a sudden, I still think that automatic promotion spot is something we can dream about. It might be more of a dream than reality still, but we're there, right? And I mean, yeah, Van Dongen reveals the fury. Yeah, I mean, we should win that 5-2. Come on, we should be winning it 5-2. 12 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses. And the only losses are coming against Hull, who are 2nd, Ipswich, who are down in 9th, and Brentford, who are 3rd. We've beaten everyone else pretty much, including Southampton, which is really cool. I think we've got some games coming up against teams around us in a minute, though, like Norwich. Yeah, Norwich, QPR, Bristol City. These next 3 are big games because the problem with these boys is they've all got individual quality and they're all in and about the same area, right? If you have one off day against them, all of a sudden you get on a bad run. So let's hope we don't have an off day here. We'll get to the Bristol City game now. And in a bit, I do want to have a quick early scout around when we get to December about what players we might want to adjust with in January. We've got to utilise the window in January just to make some slight improvements, because in the back of my mind I'm thinking if we are potentially going to be a Premier League team next year, I'd like to get in maybe 1 or 2 more ready to go Premier League players if possible, or players I look at and go, right, this guy can be a Premier League player for us. I think we got a few already that won't be rated as such, but I think they can do a job. I think it's just a case of finding the other ones now, isn't it? Right, what team do we go for today then? So I wonder if we stick with Jeremy for the moment, because right back is something we're talking about. His crossing's great, his tackling's fine. 23, so he's going to improve. It's probably the last time now, isn't it? So actually, I think I'm going to stick with him for this controversy. Romano can come out for Glass, because Glass links up better with Temenznikov, right? And Bouet's got to remain in. Easton can come off here for Tazand. I think Tazan might actually drop out of this one, which is controversial, but I think that's probably going to be the case. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with, guys. Yeah, I mean, Patterson is someone we might consider bringing back in on the right-hand side because he is very good, but the problem is that he's not fit right now. I'm not sure he's going to be fit enough where he's not going to get injured straight away. Anyway, I want to pick off where they left off from last time. Manager Bjorn Hamburg. He must be Swedish. That's an interesting name. That was for you, Devon. Anyway, we kick off here. Big opportunity. Big game away at Ashton Gate. I'd argue as well, if you think in real life, Bristol City are probably one of the biggest cities not to have ever had a Premier League team in England. I was thinking about it the other day because there's obviously Aston Villa's in Birmingham. There's cities in England with multiple football teams, right, including Bristol. But I was trying to think what would be the biggest British city that has not had a Premier League team so far. I think Bristol probably wins it, right? Souser comes forward. If you've got any ideas in the chat on that, oh, Jason Knight scores a rebound. Setford should have got two hands on that, really. He's starting to slightly fall off, which is a shame. But yeah, that's a question for the chat. If anyone knows of any big cities in England that haven't played Premier League football ever, obviously the Premier League started in '93, so we'll go from then. But yeah, let me know, because I'm trying to think, and I think Bristol probably one of the biggest, right? You can go Plymouth maybe as well. Not to focus just on Southwest teams, but those two jump into my head as being two big cities that have never had Premier League football. Anyway, Amarucho down to Glass. There's a penalty. Looked contentious. I don't think there was a lot in it, but Temensnikov's going to have an opportunity here. Is he going to score?